Okay,
By
I
the
think I'm
way,
going to turn
my
on all the
daughter
things
told me
now.
It's called monkey sushi for those of you who want to know.
All
Oh,
right.
great.
And that's how we start
Apparently,
this stream.
tastes
Hi,
very
Internet. Oh, sorry to interrupt, Bella.
Oh, that's okay.
All right. Hi, Internet. My name is Todd. I'm going to be playing some Dungeons & Dragons with some buddies and pals and all the peoples, all the folks over there. We play every Tuesday, either Shadowrun or Dungeons & Dragons. And if this is your first time here, that was a technical difficulty. Had a lot of those today. Don't forget to hit the subscribe or the follows, which is another thing that I can do on the screen, but I can't right now. So we're a bit late getting started, so let's dive in. I'm going to be running the game. It's episode 31. We're getting to the real deal now of Strange Acquaintances. Here we go. Let's go meet the table. That's not a thing. I should... Oh, right. Technical... Son of a... Okay, there we go. Hey, people. There you are. I see people.
Hi.
I see live people. Oh, that was a bad joke. I'm sorry.
Great.
This is what we're here for. Hey, for some reason I'm in the center of my own screen. It's weird. I've never seen that.
Well, you know.
Sorry,
two
I'm squirreling
cams
real
and
bad
off
today.
Off and yeah.
I literally
Yeah.
sat and did taxes all day long. So my brain is
Nice.
just
That's good. I haven't.
like, I'm looking for staycation receipts. It's a mess. It's a mess. And my sin number is no.
No.
No sin for you. All right.
Oh, I thought you were doing you're leading into it's no period. That's number, and then you say the ones that come after.
I don't feel like getting. I'm super paranoid. Steve already knows this. All right, let's.
I mean,
meet
you
everybody.
shouldn't say it, obviously.
What do you mean I shouldn't say it on the internet? I'll give you a hint. It starts with a digit. All right.
What?
I was just asking for recommendations for shorts or favorite moments. They don't have to fit in a minute. It's better if they do, I suppose. But you know, I don't care. But yeah, so if you guys come up with any ideas, and also we do live interactions. So, and don't forget, people, you get plot points too, players. You get plot points if you want. So feel free to jump in with some ideas, because I don't know, we're on episode 31. I'm kind of out of ideas at this point. We're just dealing with the consequences of our decisions from like episode 4.
I mean, how many more ideas do you need? You lead us down a dark hallway to a TPK, and then the game ends. Like, you know, whatever. You don't have to think that hard about it.
You have been pushing for that TPK. I'm just saying.
I mean, I don't want it, but
Do ya?
that's the goal right here, right now. Either a TPK or we win the game, and then
Yeah, we're kind of at that.
you know,
we are at the end game.
epilogue the rest of it and don't worry about the specifics.
Exactly. Okay. I don't know why my mic is like super hot. Okay, there we go. So while I stare at things and gap out a little bit over here, let's go around the table and meet all the lovely people. Let's start right over here with Steve.
Hi, still Steve, still playing Gax Techford and temporarily the cranky Enormous Bear. Yep, that's about it.
Awesome. And
Very exciting.
yeah, absolutely. And so I'm working on some stuff on my end of things. So keep talking, Brandon.
All right, I'm Brandon Ola, and I'm playing Eli, a half-elf wizard, divination wizard, and also playing a human fighter named Jalen temporarily. About to get into some fun.
Yeah, absolutely. So everybody is carting along an NPC meat shield, I believe is what we're calling that. All right, and then let's go around to Darcy.
Speaking of NPC meat shields, I am not accompanied
right.
by an NPC because my main character has been left behind, totally willingly as of me as a player. Don't worry about that. But so my NPC meat shield has dramatically leveled up. So I'll be playing Shu, who is a ranger from a like a sea monster fighting vessel that used to go hunt down monsters and extract their parts for various, basically fantasy whalers. But that's kind of behind them, and we picked them up in the pirate village along with the other NPCs.
Absolutely.
But
I'm sorry.
For anyone who is interested in the mechanical bits and bobs, I'll just do a little quick overview. Was level 5, now a level 11. Added 1 level to Ranger and 5 levels to Rogue, putting me at a 6 Ranger, 5 Rogue. And that gives me a bunch of natural explorer bonuses and nothing super interesting, as is my preference with characters.
That's fun.
I feel like I'm staying true to the original pitch for the character all those years ago, which is
literally was
funny because it was a completely different campaign. I never really saw play.
Totally different.
Yeah,
but it is what it is.
But yeah,
right.
I'm looking at these level up and be like, I could just make them into some weird magic ranger thing, because apparently that's a thing in D&D. And I said no, they'll multi-class into rogue so I can stay normal. So I've actually not written down any spells that they would have learned as a ranger, because screw that, rangers shouldn't have spells. Anyway.
All right then. And you will fight anyone who says otherwise.
I mean, rangers should have a subclass that lets them learn magic. They should not have it inherently. In the same way that I believe the same thing about druids. They should only have it as a subclass. Anyway, transforming, not spells. Sorry, that was misleading.
No problem. I was going to say,
I have opinions. Yeah.
You have opinions, and you can always go and talk to Darcy about the opinions at Darcy Bits over on your stream and YouTube's as well. So thank you for that.
Yes, thank you.
And let's keep going around the horn to Gordon.
Hey, Gordon playing Rook, a reborn Phantom Rogue, and also playing Talithar, a Conquest Paladin human, half-elf.
Nice. That's right, because you got the double thing going on. Why did I do that to you guys? I'm so sorry. We need more.
You wanted
things.
to speed up the game, so you gave us more characters.
Oh, and don't forget all your other things too, all your dragoons.
Rook and Talithar is a bit different because you did not get an additional NPC. You had to play your characters individually, and they reunited.
It's true.
No. Talithar was really kind of more of an NPC. He just stayed on a long time.
Exactly, right? It was like, you need a character until Rook shows up, so here you go, right? As opposed to the rest of us just randomly getting an extra NPC.
Fair enough.
Both yours are both max level, right? Whereas everyone else's NPCs are level 5 or maybe 6 now? I can't remember.
Yeah, I did want some squishies on board because, hey, who doesn't want squishies?
You gotta have a body count, otherwise it's not really a climactic conclusion.
Well, this is what I'm thinking, right? All right, so I'm still trying to fix things on my end. Unfortunately, I've got some certain issues that we'll try and figure out, but let's keep going around the horn, and you guys can do your thing, so just don't mind as I stare off into space. Matt.
So I am playing Balin, the Clan Iron Eater. Dwarf has left the reclaimed halls of Illafarn to adventure and look for lost lore and artifacts. Joined up with the party here when they saved him from a purple worm, and he's repaying his debt to them. So, and my NPC was Asterion, the Minotaur guardsman, who almost died, but I believe Hilda managed to bring him back from the brink using some of that med school knowledge.
Medical school dropout. Oh, now, actually, I'm glad you mentioned that because Hilda, Timely, who plays Hilda, could not be here today. We were wishing Timely a swift recovery for, not feeling great, but we will see you again soon and hopefully in time to save everybody's bacon. We'll see how I deal with that. I just had a funny idea, actually. This is how I plan things. And by that, I mean 3 weeks ago, and then I forget most of what it was. So we'll figure it out. All right. And last but certainly not least, Bella.
Hey, I'm Bella. I'm playing Isolde, and she is a blood hunter, half elf, and she's with Gax. Except I don't know, they're drifting apart. Not good stuff. Damn you, Rook. She's doesn't like Rook very much. And then I'm also playing Miss Frizzle, who is a Fire Genasi fighter.
Awesome.
I did not do that on purpose, by the way, naming her Frizzle.
No,
Like,
that,
I wasn't
that
thinking
just came out
of
in the improv.
that TV show at all, but then when somebody pointed it out, I was like, oh shit, yeah. Okay.
It's like a portmanteau of fry and sizzle, you know, a fire genasi.
Yeah.
As it should be.
Yeah.
Honestly.
I don't know if that's what you're thinking or not, but
Well, that was my original, thing, and then it just turned out that Miss Frizzle is actually,
I think that's 100% accurate. Having had to watch a lot of that show.
Me too.
Like a lot.
Like more than I ever wanted.
Although, honestly, of all the shows and all the gin joints in all the world,
horrible.
It's pretty good. Yeah. It ain't awful.
Least horrible.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna have to go back and watch it because in my brain it was perfect.
Well, here's the thing about
At least
Let your
but
adult discerning brain watch it.
I mean, I once went back and watched episodes of Knight Rider again, and I was like, wow, I did not know. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Same thing with Dukes of Hazzard, although A-Team almost holds up. And Magnum P.I. Anyway.
That's cool.
All right, I think I've got the things working. If I don't, I apologize in advance. Let's dive in to a game, and we'll be right back to start a quick recap, and then we'll get some dice going. Let's do this. Unique New York. Okay. When we last saw our intrepid adventurer band of misfits and madness, they were teleporting into the lair of the big bad. They took the mage shortcut of their recently released from servitude, Torig, and he teleports them into the magic circle that he knows leads right into the lair, the catacombs beneath the city, known as the Undertow. These ruins are no stranger, or you're no stranger to these ruins, especially some of you like Rook. Even Gex would know a few of them, but this particular branch of ruins lies deep beneath even the more well-trodden areas of the varying tunnels within the city upon a city. You have discovered through talking with Torig that, and also with the now betraying Mage Tower leader Calron, you discovered that this city of the Undertow was built on the ancient ruins of a previous civilization. In particular, the catacombs that where a very big bad once was doing awful things, and then mages went to seal the bad in with this kind of artifact, these crystalline seed that grew to form a shell around the bad that made multiple layers. The most outward layer being this golden, almost crystalline with, think of an amethyst with the various layers, except with different colors as well. And the most outer layer, of the geode, as it were, is that golden protective layer, but within is being stretched and growing these red crystals, and then further down, yet more crystals, kind of a bluish control crystal. And there was a tiny hint of another kind. You've seen one of these crystals up close when you won it in a battle way back against the Harbingers of Doom, was it? Harbingers of Boon? I forget. Boon. Harbingers of Boon. You won it against them, and you had a sample of this crystal, the golden outer layer, a couple layers beneath. But Rook in particular has seen it up close. Now, Rook, we're going to start with you. I need you. It was a traumatic event. I need you to do a memory check. I need you to see what you can recall of your times before the Undertow was wiped. Almost like a neutron bomb.
Okay. What do you want me to roll? Like, is it a skill or a straight intelligence?
I think it's going to have to be... You know what? I'll make it an intelligence saving throw. I don't know if you're proficient or not.
I am, because I'm a rogue. 16.
16. Okay. Okay, that's not too bad. Like I said, it was a traumatic event. You and your friends, it was one of your first dungeon delves. You went below, hired by various intermediaries to go and raid the catacombs beneath the Undertow. It was actually some of your friends that found it, but, you know, all of you brought it back up, and you brought this shard, the golden layers, and it was a long, thin piece, almost a good long ways, and it had the various color striations, starting with gold at the top, but most of that had been chipped away by your clumsy clodhopper friend who chiseled it with a pickaxe, so a lot of the outer layer is broken. Then you had that rich, red, deep, vibrant layer, you remember, and then the stripes of blue. Encased in the blue is kind of a shard of a little bit of it begins to change color again, but you can't really tell what at that point. So it's a little hard to recall all the details because it was so wiped. As you now go back, it's almost like the smell of being teleported into these catacombs brings that back to you. And because it was so traumatic where all your friends and most of the town got wiped out, and your own life changed forever, that's what you can remember. Okay?
Okay.
The rest of you, you've stepped into this absolute wall of light beaming up from the circle. You're in the catacombs now, beneath the city. You are in a room that's about 20 feet wide by probably about 60 or 80 feet long. There's an ornate magical circle on the ground surrounded by a stone lip and then a trough, actually, as though it was used to carry some kind of liquid, now long dried, running the length of the room down to the far end where you see what amounts to basically an ancient fountain. And there's a statue on the fountain on the far wall, kind of half embedded, of a some kind of snake-like creature. But it's a statue, you're pretty sure. You look around, there's very dim. There's a light source in the corner, a lantern burning. The rest of you kind of bamf in and your eyes start to adjust to the dim light. What do you want to do?
Does Rook actually recognize this as the same place he teleported out of to regroup with everybody?
It is.
Okay, so then he would be the most familiar with it.
Absolutely. So you know that just down and off to what is your left from where you're standing, there's an open archway with two pillars on each side. The ceilings in here are a good 15 feet tall, but different sections are cracked and some of the ceiling is caved in, or some of the walls look pretty rough. It's it's definitely overtaken old civilization. Through the pillars is, as you recall, off towards the makeshift prison where you were held for so many weeks.
I'll let everyone know that I came into this place. Like, so you guys, I came into this place when I escaped to teleport out and meet with you. I have some familiarity with the area here. There's a prison through the archway and to the left. There is kind of hunting caverns beneath where they would hunt prisoners for sport and then bring them back and re-imprison them.
As you're relaying this, you notice how your voice echoes off of the stone walls and the floor.
Oh, I would try to keep it at a whisper, like not loudly.
Yeah. You look around the room and you were honestly expecting to see some people pretty much right away. And you're surprised to realize this room is currently empty except for the rest of you.
Because Eli has keen mind, does he remember anything from when he like spied on the beholder?
In this case, it's don't get that like magic dwarf power of knowing stone. But I mean, the walls seem somewhat similar. You don't recognize it exactly, but you can tell that like this was made at roughly a similar time period, that sort of thing. But it's not a room you've seen yet.
Okay. Also, don't know if it'll
scrying.
help, but he does have ethereal sight right now.
Right. Now stone does tend to block that, but I'm going to get you to do a perception check. Specifically, just to see what you see. No reason.
While that's happening, you said these are like catacombs that are underneath the city? That's the idea?
Yeah, catacombs and ruins. They basically built the whole town on top and then a bunch of, sewers and ruins. But then further beneath that are this ancient site that was blocked by the mages.
Cool.
All right, how'd you do?
19.
19. All right, so you're looking around the room, kind of clutching your staff that your grandmother gave you tightly in your hand, and you're looking around, and your eyes kind of pass around. You don't see anything in the ethereal immediately, but you look up, and you see the statue in the fountain at the far end. For 19, you see it blinking. And it's weird. It's almost like a superimposed, like the stone is not moving. But you can see the eyelids as though superimposed in ethereal. Something about that statue is strange.
Okay, I'm just gonna immediately report that to everybody. That statue's blinking.
Blinking?
Yeah, I guess on the ethereal plane, Rook, do you know anything about that?
No, but it could be that we are found out we might need to do something. It could be a reaper or some type of specter hiding in that statue.
Well, I'm gonna try to take a look at that because I'm an expert at looking at stones.
Let the expert step forward. Torig, did you bring Torig? You were going to decide whether Torig's there or not.
We were going to leave it to you whether Torig joins or not.
But that's no fun if the DM decides. I think you guys should decide.
Well,
do you want him with
decide
you,
based
or
on
do you want him
you
help
want
above?
to play them or not?
Because there is a massive battle going on above. They could use all the help they could get, but
yeah, we'll leave Torig
down here.
We'll leave Torig to sort things out back home.
All right.
What kind of check would this be for examining the stonework?
Let's go with
Depends what you're looking for. Generally, it's a history check.
I was gonna say a history. History would be good.
History.
And you get your double proficiency bonus because of their stonecraft, I believe.
That's correct. Ooh, and I rolled a 19, so that gives me a 29.
Wow. Okay, so
Sounds right.
you look at this thing and you can see this is mildly enchanted and it is ancient. And this stone seems like it was made to hold a being. You, for those who are familiar with the meld into stone spell, this statue has been mildly enchanted with an ability to accept a being to step into it, and there is something. You can see the etchings of the runes around it as you look at this. You can read the glyphs, and you can determine that this is likely to be able to be passed through.
Interesting. Yeah, well, I pass that information on. That yeah, this appears to be an ancient artifact. It's definitely got something magical, and there's very likely a being in there. Elias, you got a good eye. It seems to be designed for something to inhabit it.
Now, do you want to walk? I mean, with the 29, that's huge. But I'm going to say that in order to do that, you would have had to take a slightly closer look. So, do you want to investigate further, or are you going to stay kind of? You're clustered down at this half of the room, and then then at the halfway point are the hallways, and then the other half of the room holds the statue. Do you want to get it closer or investigate the hallways? Well, you can move your characters around the map. Anybody who wants to move, and don't feel you have to stick to order.
Rook is going to hide.
Investigate.
Rook is going to sort of jump in. Rook is going to hide and scout the passageway, and I'll just kind of sign to Gex to come, but everyone else, I'll say everyone else as a hand motion, stay, and I'll sign to Gex to come as we check out the hallway to the left.
So as you look, you can also see.
Sorry, as we go.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I need to sort of interrupt there.
Do it.
I do want to ask. Were there other people imprisoned here when you left?
Yeah, on the left there was a prison. There are other members that were with me when we went to the magic shop. One is petrified. I didn't see the others, but I think they're still imprisoned or dead.
Like petrified literally or figuratively?
Literally stoned.
Alrighty then. Well, let's go see if we can get some people out of jail.
We came here to do a job.
You can
You're
also
asking
see.
us all to stay back.
So I just want to point out something else about the room. Opposite the hallway, inset a little, so you didn't notice it at first glance, there is a door. It looks to be made of probably some kind of metal. Pretty well, it's jagged and rusted, but it is still standing on the opposite side of the hallway on your due right. Sorry, go ahead, Darcy.
We came here to do a job. You're asking us to stay back and wait for your signal?
Yeah, that's right.
Moving on. I don't know how long we have.
We need to be a bit quiet, so we don't all fall into a trap. So the two of us are going to go scout and then see, because we need to find out where this beholder is.
Trust your judgment. Balin, Eli, what's it? You're arcanely masterful, if you will. When we get into a situation, do you have anything that can maybe help our weapons have more of a punch to them?
No.
Used to take down creatures on the Crucible, but this old bow's not going to cut it, I don't think.
Enchantment's never really been my thing. And then he's gonna kind of withdraw and try to quietly ritual cast detect magic while they're scoping out the place?
Yeah, I unfortunately am not great at enchanting weapons either. I can make you a bow out of stone, but don't know if that would be helpful.
Well, if it shoots magic arrows, I'll take it, but otherwise, I guess I'll take my chances with old Trusty.
Can I get Rook and Gex to do stealth checks? Everybody else, let's see some perception checks.
So how do we do this with reliable talent? I'm just gonna roll and then.
If it's
God
less than 10,
Damn
counts
it,
as a 10.
Steve.
Yeah, no. Yeah, I'm just gonna roll.
That's a 30, by the way, for our listeners. A 30.
Yeah, it helps when you have plus 12.
Yeah. This is why I usually murder people before they get to level 12.
I got
The, since we're already
Or 11.
doing a roll
11.
that may or may not be relevant, as a ranger, I can apply my natural explorer through terrain to rolls that are relevant to the terrain. And some people would say that a perception check would be, and some people would not say that it is. So establishing this kind of thing early would be
Sure,
nice.
but what's
I
your
don't know
terrain?
if it would have counted as the terrain. I have two now at my level. One is not relevant, definitely, but the other one's Underdark.
This isn't quite. This is a lot more worked than most Underdark
Sure.
caverns, but in the rougher areas of this, I would allow it. So remind me at that point. But this is still a little bit too, for lack of a better term, it's a little too developed, even though it's, you know.
Yep, that makes
really
sense to me.
old. Oh,
Yep.
by the way, Balin, your earlier perception check will elaborate on the stonework in here. You can place this exact, the more or less millennia at which place this was built. This thing is quite ancient. Like, we're talking minimum, I don't know what's ancient for a dwarf, but we're talking probably 800, maybe 1,000 years old.
Okay.
And it is all there are base level enchantments all throughout. So the lanterns that are flickering with a dim kind of orangish red light, they're magical lanterns, and they're beginning to fade at this point, but they're not out yet. That sort of thing. Plus the fact this place has been largely sealed up has protected it from, standard breakdown and rot.
Okay. I would share that with the party. It looks like this place is about 800 years old.
Anything significant happened 800 years ago?
For me, that's my grandfather's time,
Yeah, which is pretty old for a dwarf. All right, so the rest of the people are kind of waiting as Rook and Gex both disappear. What was Rook's stealth check again? I didn't hear. Oh, 23. Sorry. So you're heading down the hall or towards the door?
Well,
There's an open hall to the left and a
Yeah.
door to the right. The prison is left. You know that.
Okay, and ultimately, we're trying to find the beholder.
Now, you didn't encounter it near the prison. You encountered it the other way.
I encountered what?
The beholder, when you were trying to sneak out of here, you went through the door to the right, stealthily. And
so I
the
know
beholder was
that
down
the
that
door to the
way.
right, I snuck through it.
But where the prison is and where you were kept is to the left.
Okay, well, if I had snuck through the door to the right, and I mean, I would probably think that the beholder's not in the prison area, but maybe in the right. So then I'd change tack.
Sure. So you're going to the right?
Yeah, stealthily.
Okay. Go ahead. You encounter a door.
Gonna try to detect traps.
Sure. Go ahead and roll.
What was that again? Investigation or?
Yeah, it's
or
investigation.
Okay.
Do the same.
Do you want advantage, Rook, or do you want to both roll? Or
Up to you, Gex. You want to give me advantage, or you want to roll?
Yeah, I'll give you advantage.
Okay.
all right.
Nat 20 on the second roll. 21.
Nice. You look at this door and you're like, oh, that is 100% trapped. You can see a spring mechanism inside and some kind of, in the glinting light, you can see like crazy in the dark. So you can see that there is some kind of needle-like mechanism in there.
I'm gonna just hand sign trap and point it out to Gex. And I am going to take out my thieves' tools and work on disarming it.
Sure thing. Go ahead and make a roll. Meanwhile, everybody else.
Somehow.
Sorry.
To make
Yeah,
it-
you can give advantage for sure.
Okay, I'll roll
Or
again.
roll yourself. Well, yeah, in this case, advantage. You're like backseat driving. No, put the pick here.
Okay.
With your various perception checks, as these two are looking around, Isolde with a 15. With wait, which one? Oh, I get it. You're rolling for both of them. For a 15 and a 9, you don't pick out anything new, except you do notice that the base of the trough leading to the magic circle once probably had a liquid in it, and it's now totally dry. And who else rolled? That would have been Shu, right? Shu, you pick up on this liquid as well, and you see that while the magic circle looks like it's been recently installed, like more or less, like you can tell that it's been drawn more recently, although it is permanent. The trough at the base of it is very old, in what was probably at one point a fountain to gather things. And there are really even older runes written in the stone around it. It was a circle of a previous time, and you also, with a 17, and anyone else who got a 17
I had
or
24.
oh, you had 24. Sorry, you rolled 17.
Yeah,
You definitely
was the
see
die. Yeah.
that the bottom of this trough has this brownish, crusted thing at the bottom of the trough that would have held the liquid. Quite dark, quite old. It's almost dust at this point, just a stain, really, just a discoloration on the stone.
Well, I have a guess what that is, but I'm not sure if determining one way or the other is going to change much.
Well, I got an 18 on my perception, so I'd see that, right?
Yeah, you pick that up, and in fact, you probably get a little obsessed with the runes. You're like, this circle was... This is a casting circle, an old one, but you can't make out what it was before, and something looks like it was ritualistically tied somehow. It would have been given various agents to activate it, and you can't really even see what the spell was. It's been carved over with this magic circle, with teleportation circle. All right. So, click. How'd the roll go?
23.
23? That's enough. You managed to brace the spring and get the door and unlock it all at the same time. So the door is now unlocked, and you did so rather stealthily. Go ahead and move yourselves. You peek through, I'm gonna guess? Or do you just
Yeah,
go?
I'm not peek through. Like,
Okay.
try to see.
So you peek, and you can just tell that there's someone standing on the opposite side of the door, kind of their back, or their side, kind of facing you and the door, and they're just kind of chainmail, reddish cloak, burgundy cloak maybe. Oh wait, burgundy cloak. Yeah, that's an inquisitor. Gex?
No, I stealthily use my mage hand to take some string out of my backpack and tie it around his feet.
Absolutely. Go ahead and roll a sleight of hand check. As you're literally peeking through a crack in the door. Like Rook's face, Gex's face just a bit above.
That's a 16 for a total of 28.
Whoa. Rogues, man. Yeah, he's just standing there, arms crossed, longsword at his side, kind of leaning heavy against the wall. His feet are now pretty securely tied.
And then, can I do anything else before
What do you want?
on that turn? Just with the mage hand to undo the belt buckle.
Yeah, I'd allow that for sure. Now, the belt begins to slacken. I'll use the same roll from before. So it doesn't. Do you want it to fall right away, or do you want it to just be ready to drop if there's movement?
Here's what I imagine. So now his feet are tied up and his belt starts to go, and he kind of like takes a step while he's trying to catch his belt from falling down and falls over.
Absolutely. And he goes to step and catch his blade, which clambers like, whatever the word is, falls to the ground with a bit of a racket. The metal tip of the sheath, and he's like, God damn it, and bends down and kind of loses his balance. He's going to do a dexterity saving throw just to see if he saves himself. What's your dex there, Steve?
His dexterity is 18.
Okay, so it's +4. So I'm going to call that. At this level, what's your proficiency mod again?
4.
4? Okay, so it's 8. So it'll be 16 is the DC for him to resist. Oh, that's a 6. So he and does like ass over tea kettle in this it's probably about 8 feet wide hallway, and he ends up like on his face, his butt sticking up in the air, catches himself on his arms, but doesn't take any damage, but he stumbles over.
I imagine it's Rook's turn, or is it still mine?
Anybody? We're not technically on combat. If anybody gets ideas, jump in.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I'll just kind of do around the circle thing and check in with people.
Well, then,
I'm kind of assuming all this isn't happening like during the first few minutes of our sort of hang around waiting, right? Like this all happened pretty quick, I imagine.
Yeah. This is second.
When he does it, I just kind of sign to the Gex like, let's just kill him.
Well, yeah, this was for ease of assassination. By all means, he just kind of like stealthily opens the door and goes.
So when Gex, Rook then says, "You have the door," and Rook will just knock an arrow and do like basically have steady aim ready for when the door opens.
Yeah, so I'll just like gently push the door open with like one finger, just kind of.
Well, it's a pull door from your direction, but yeah, you hold the door for him and make your roll. You have advantage. You are stealthed.
Okay. This, because it's on a skill check, I can actually teacher bonus 12. And I'm using sharpshooter.
Yep.
Of course.
17.
All
Not
right.
great, but...
Absolutely. So, although, hold on 1 second. I mean, rules lawyer. He is technically prone right now, so you'd be rolling with disadvantage normally, but you have advantage from being unseen, so it's a straight roll. So you get an 11. The arrow clips into where his cloak was, but you didn't get a good look. His chainmail arm hid a breastplate underneath, like his cloak hid a breastplate on his back, so it ricochets off of the breastplate, the back plate anyway, whatever that's called, and goes kind of patoinging off down the hall just a little bit, with your first shot. You see it scrape along the hall. It's about a 20-foot long hall. There's another dim lantern down there, and you can now both just make out. Here, let me get you in the room so you can kind of see. You can, as the sound of this happens, you can see another guard at the far end of the in the corner, who's fully, legitimately dozing. Is just like, and I'm gonna give them this perception check with disadvantage. Red being the dis. Oh, you guys are so lucky. 17 or a 2. So they're kind of leaned and braced as the arrow clatters to the corner. And you can't actually see where it goes for a second. It kind of disappears in the corner right at their legs. They're kind of braced in the corner. You lucky people, you. All right.
So when I see the arrow skip off, like he's right there, right? I'm just gonna step up and put a dagger up through the back of his skull.
Yep. Make your roll with advantage this time. Double advantage.
What's the cold shot rule? Like, can I just shot
Coup
it
de grace?
to stab his brainstem?
Well, let's see what happens.
Is there a thing?
I want to stabinate the stabinator.
What's my dagger skill? Yeah. So 23.
That is.
And then the damage will be some more.
Yes.
And then lots of damage on sneak attacks now. Because
The suspense is killing me.
so 33 damage altogether.
Right at the base of the skull, the dagger digs in and just finds brain stem.
And if need be, I will do it again.
He's dead.
Okay.
All right. As they both look down the hall at this mildly dozing guard at the far end.
Man, I'm just gonna if he hasn't seen me, I'm just gonna sneak attack him then with the bow and arrow.
Go for it. This
So,
one is
let's try this
standing,
again.
So
With advantage, yeah.
Yep.
22.
All right. That'll definitely hit.
Much
Roll for
better.
damage.
Yeah.
Roll for damage.
$38.
Oh yeah, that's one too. And the knees just kind of buckle with a little twitch, and they go into the corner. Let me just do a quick check. Okay, that's funny. Okay, into the corner, and you can see the corner on the map, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's kind of
I
a
see.
nook there.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it kind of, there's an indent as though part of the wall has been caved in at the far side there. And the body kind of slumps into that a little bit, very awkwardly, and kind of twists in a way that, I don't know, they kind of nudge and flail a little bit, and their kind of leg knocks up against the wall, and kind of their ankle's twisted in a weird way. The ankle is in the very top of our map there, in the corner. It's a weird twist to it, as though it broke, but you didn't hear the bend of bone. It was weird. It's just not laying quite right. That's what you get from that. Okay, let's check in with the room, shall we? So, Shu, you're standing next to. Actually, is Hilda with you? Is Hilda with you? Are you guys?
I think she came through. Yeah, definitely. I don't see any reason why she wouldn't have, but there's a lot of people. Someone's going to migrate to the back of the group. It just happens, right?
Fair enough. All right.
But
So,
yeah, I mean,
Shu,
I
what's up?
picture, right? Like, we all make these perception checks. I figure we're all kind of just like leaning up against a wall or like sitting on the edge of this ring and just like looking around, trying to keep our eyes open. But I mean, unless anyone has something they want to do, I don't think we're probably doing a lot.
Cool.
I mean, I asked about magic weapons and stuff. That's about it. But
You
was
can
a
do a
ring. I don't know
perception
if
check.
Valen wanted-
Oh, and you
Valen
already
wanted to
did.
do anything with that.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we did those. Yeah.
Absolutely. Hilda is kind of
Kind of tap my toes.
getting herself pumped up. A little big girl, kind of getting herself psyched the way she usually does just before battle. And Graham, the half-orc, and her are kind of hanging out and just kind of muttering to them, telling a bit of the story. I don't know if Bella is there. Is Bella there? Mm-hmm. Is there anything you want to be doing? You can wait as instructed by Rook, or you can strike out on your own and do your own thing.
Sorry, I had sushi in my mouth.
I think that's canon. I think Isolde is having a snack. So just lean into it.
She is. She's having a little rice and raw fish. But yeah, Isolde will... she's pretty much prepared. Like, she has her bow up. And she's going to be really listening and watching for any danger.
Sure thing. All right. At the moment, actually, you're kind of towards the side, and I'm gonna say that you were kind of leaned around towards the back or the front or where. I just kind of placed you there, but
Yeah. And I just stayed where you put me, but
okay. You can hear
there's fine.
quiet moaning and like weeping. Yeah, that's definitely somebody
What
crying
direction?
coming from the left archway door kind of hallway, but it's at a distance.
I'll make note of it, but I'm not gonna do anything at this point. I'll probably just kind of let Hilda know and go from
And
there.
Frizzle seems to be like, what is that?
All right, here's another question for our wizards. If we needed to make a retreat, you can reactivate the circle, or what do you think? Since we're just sitting here.
Balin?
I would have to take a look at it. Would that be like an Arcana check there, Todd?
Okay. From before, you can tell that putting the right thing in this magic circle, in this trough, does activate some kind of magic mojo. You're just not sure whether it would be the newly inscribed runes or the old runes. That's the best you can get on that guess, unless either of you have teleportation circle repped up or something similar. This is a one-way trip. Well, no, it is obviously a two-way trip, but you're not entirely certain what activates it. So, and definitely a spell like teleportation circle might be able to do it.
So I would share that, yeah. So if one of us was skilled at teleportation magic, we could probably reactivate this thing. Fortunately, that's not one of my fortes. But it does appear to be powered as well by another substance. I'm not sure if that will activate the old ring or the new one that's been drawn over top of it. But I guess I've got a little sample of it. That dried red stuff you said was running along the bottom. So I could bring that to people's attention and say, if you see something like this, my guess would be this is what powers it.
Go ahead.
I mean, I figure it's, blood sacrifice and everything. But do you know what the old runes do? If
Sorry, go ahead.
No, please.
Yeah,
Elias,
unfortunately not. It's been too scribbled over, too drawn over. They're very faded at this point, 800 years old. It would take tools I don't have access right now to figure that out.
Elias, since you spotted it before, you were keeping half an eye. That statue blinked again.
Cool. I don't imagine enough time has passed to get the ritual detect magic off.
We're probably at the 5-minute mark, so another 5 will definitely do it. But you're just quietly mutter. You said in the corner, right? So I'll move you back a bit.
Yeah.
All right, and the Minotaur and Cranky, I'm going to assume, are just kind of hanging out together, just getting ready, getting pumped. All right, back. I think we've checked in with everybody. Let's go back around to Gordon and Steve. You are in the murder hallway. What do you want to do?
So, from my previous time here, do I know like anything in this hallway? Do I know if it curves off?
You know that it goes down and to the right. You can see that from where you are. And when you were thinking of making good your escape, you got a little ways down. So you know that it turns right, goes straight for a while, and then there's a couple of options. You could keep going straight at the end and it hits some stairs. You almost got to the base of those stairs last time. But then you turned around when you heard all the stuff, and you snuck over to back to the circle and saw the beholder and bamfed out. So you know that it goes down and to the right, and there was another left going somewhere else. So it would go from where you are straight, then right, then you're in a new hall, then it branches to the left, or goes straight, and straight is stairs.
Okay, so I don't want the stairs to go out. We're trying to go in and find where the beholder is.
Well, you didn't get that far. You just assumed that maybe that leads back to Garrix's shop above. Maybe.
So I kind of just relay this to Gex, and like we can either kind of continue checking out the tunnels here, or we could go to the prison and see about that direction.
How many of these guys do you think we're likely to encounter going this way?
Either way, we're going to encounter dozens of them.
Should we try to lure them out to where everyone is to fight them there?
Only if we can't handle them.
I mean, we seem to be able to handle them. Sneak and stab, kind of works pretty well.
It will for now. Just kind of assign this silently.
Yeah, I'm assuming you guys are both going to be silently going a little forward. Sure enough, as you get to that corner, feel free to move your people if you want to. Just don't move more than like 30 at a time before checking in. So you're right in the corner near the body, hugging the corner side.
Hugging the corner.
Where you can see at the far end of the hall, it's a good long one. It's probably about 60 feet, maybe more, 80 feet. There's a staircase going up. There's a couple of torches illuminating along the way. There's like an alcove or 2 alcoves on the left. It's hard to tell, and it looks like it tees just before the stairs.
Well, let's keep going.
So I'm just gonna.
I'm wondering if we should get the others to come to a point, wait, and then move them along little by little, so that we don't have to run all the way back to get them.
Yeah, well, I'll sign up. I'll just say I'll go back, and I'll just kind of go back here.
Literally
and call
half
the
of the people there understand thieves can't.
Yeah. So while Gex is kind of like, I say, just hold here, and I walk back to the main room, and I say we took out 2. And I'll tell people we took out 2 guards. There's more hallways down in a T, and stairs going down, stairs going up, and there's also the prisoner section. And I just point across, and I whisper this lowly, and then I ask, has anyone figured anything else out with the statue?
I'm going to
Has anyone
say
else
you're about
tried?
1 minute away from detect magic being up there, Elias.
Okay.
Muttering in the corner.
Yeah, he's just
Can
trying to
I-
like. Sorry.
Oh no, go ahead,
Oh,
Brandon.
no, I was just gonna say that he's just like Eli's eyes are just like, his attention is like in 5 different places, so he's trying to like just take in all the information while trying to like ritual cast, and also be like a half elf like ambush trap detector with his like ethereal sight. So just a lot going on for him.
All right, I'm going to say do a perception check for me. As it's like you're almost there, the magic's flickering. It's like magical sight, ethereal sight. Oh, it's almost up. That's a nat 1.
That's the second nat one I've rolled today. Fun. Okay.
Yeah, it's one of them days. So you're just like, as you said, just way split focused, unable to get any one thing going. Meanwhile, hey, it's Gex. I'm sorry, but Gex. No, wrong person. Gex. You're gonna obviously do exactly as instructed and wait for. Okay, so how far down the tunnel do you go without consulting him?
Just about this far. Oh, not quite that far.
Okay.
So here somewhere. It won't. It's snapping to a weird spot.
So, just for the audio listeners, you go pretty much to the end of the hall. Except there is what you thought was an alcove at first is actually an entrance off to the left. And as you go through, you hear the sound of voices, and in particular, you pick up 2 voices. One of them muttering really low, but the other one is more clear spoken. The first voice you can barely make out, but the clear spoken one goes like this. Yes, you are progressing well. It will just take a little bit more. You must be patient. The others above will keep them busy, I'm sure. The other voice, the less clear one, I need you to do a perception check for me, Gags. You also see the back of another guard, and then further into what looks to be some kind of circular chamber down a bit of a hallway there. You see stone dioceses, or perhaps those are ancient stone coffins. It's hard to tell. But in the middle of that circular room, you can see a robed figure standing there in kind of dark maroon robes. And that's the person with the clear voice, but they're speaking to someone off to the corner that you can't quite see. Ooh,
Okay.
17? All right.
So when he hears that, he would actually stop. Like, oh man, why is it? I hate how it's snapping me. Where
You got to hold
don't
Alt. I know you're not going right around the corner. You're just going
Yeah,
as far
there
as
you go.
you can just
Yeah,
see them.
he
and
wouldn't be
peek at.
saying.
So, yeah, I'm going to assume that most of the time. It's approximate. So, for 17, you do manage to not only pick out the quieter voice, you recognize it. I must not be disturbed while I am remaking. It shall be done. But please, do not be long. Gatharan has asked for all hands on deck. The hissing, angry, guttural voice. You remember the fight with the beholder in the dark, in the canyon, on the mountain pass there. And the beholder brought friends. One of their friends was a naga, large snake-like creature with a humanoid upper body, magical, terrible snake being highly magical. You killed it, but that is decidedly it.
Hmm.
Just for fun, who haven't we picked on today? Who wants to volunteer to roll a d6? Don't all jump at once.
I
Roll
can do
one.
it. Give me a sec.
You're not
Alright.
picking on people if you don't pick them. That's
Yeah.
your job there, Todd.
Okay. Let's go. You know what? Nat one boy. Let's go for some redemption. Brandon,
I
go
think
ahead
Matt.
and roll.
I think Matt rolled it already.
Oh, Matt. Matt, what did you roll?
No, I Roll20's been
Oh.
crashing on my computer, and I'm
Oh,
not
no.
sure how to roll a dice that's not just clicking on my skill button with Beyond. So
Well,
I just
do your
gotta get
best.
that on my other computer here. I was in the kitchen.
All right.
Okay.
There we go.
I guess I could roll it. But I want him to. I want
Here,
y'all
I'm doing
to.
it right now. Here we go.
Oh, perfect.
So let's roll 1d6. There we go. 4.
All right. Okay. Thank you. That things shift. You sense the world shifting a little. Outcomes that could have been or might yet still be. Okay. That's what you get, Gex. There's definitely a Naga in that room and 2 people. All right. Back with the rest. What's up?
Can I ask a question? Because I can't remember. It was like 3 games ago that we started, like before we went to Shadowrun. So when we were fighting the Beholder, did I brand him with my castigation?
I think you did, actually.
I think you did.
Yeah.
I mean, you at the beginning of that fight, you only had eyes for Hoodrick, but I think you did throw some arrows at the Beholder as well.
Thought so.
Let's
Okay.
say yes.
That would definitely have changed a little bit of maybe what we would have done. I know where he is.
Haven't you used it since? Or does it not
I don't think so.
replace itself? You didn't use it in the last fight?
No, once I brand something until it's dead, it's on it.
Oh, really? You can't
Yeah.
overwrite it with okay. I mean, I don't know the ability.
Don't
I can't.
believe so.
I have no choice but to take your word for it. No,
I
believe
don't know.
it. Cool. If it's like a hunter's mark, right? You'd overwrite it, right?
Yeah,
But
So-
I'm
but
trying to think.
it has
what
to
did
die.
you fought Garrick and the Tabaxi and everybody last fight? I don't know if you did Brand of Castigation.
I don't think I did.
She did not.
All right.
Okay.
So I will say it is still active. I'm going to get you. Actually, you just know where they are within a certain range, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
All right.
no range. It's just as long as they're on the same plane as me, I know where they are. Yeah, it just says you always know the direction of the branded creature as long as it's on the same plane as you.
Perhaps it's the quiet and the weeping that kind of triggers it for you in the echoey hall. It's hard to pinpoint for a few seconds, and then all of a sudden, you can sense it down the hallway where Rook is standing and Gex went down. It's down that way, kind of straight angled, almost due northeast from your exact current. Like if you were to say point an arrow directly at it, it would be almost in line exactly with where Rook is currently standing. If you were to draw a line between you and Rook, it's kind of in that direction. Does it tell you how far or just a direction?
It just says I know the direction
Okay.
of the
So
branded
you know
creature.
it is definitely in that direction. And
So,
down a little?
Yeah.
Yeah. And down a little bit. It would be like at Rook's toes. Wait, is it Rook? Would I do that again? No. I'm just kidding. I think Gordon would quit right there.
Right there.
That's cool.
I will wait till Rook comes closer, and then I will let him know
I'm
where
gonna say
it
you're.
is.
Yeah, you can speak across the room without too much trouble.
I'd rather wait till he's closer to me, because, yeah, I don't want them to hear us.
Okay.
But nice try, Todd.
I'm actually right by the door, so I kind of whispered to everyone. Are you motioning me to come to you, or are you going to me? Because
I would. You're right here. This is you, right?
Yeah,
that's
I'm right
him.
by the door because Gex is on the other side, and I told him to wait. But I wanted to kind of give everyone else the heads up of what we've done and maybe what we should be doing.
Yeah. Yeah, the map's off here. I will come up to him and very, very quietly tell him what I know.
And okay, so then I'll be like, "That's really great. So then we're going in the right direction. You should keep pointing us in that direction, and we should all start moving. And then me and Gex can kind of just be a little bit ahead and scout out for any traps."
All right.
Aye, Captain.
So what's the marching
So I think-
order as you come through? I'm assuming you're leaving a good gap between the stealthy ones and the less stealthy ones. Although a lot of you are stealthy.
I'm stealthy.
I think anyone that can stealth would be kind of a bit of ahead of the others, like maybe 30 to 50 feet ahead.
Okay. In these tight quarters, probably 20 feet is
30.
about, if you want to stay line of sight, it's
So
probably,
then probably
about 20 feet.
30, yeah.
So
Okay.
Miss Frizzle will be in the backpack.
Backpack?
Yeah.
With
'cause
the
she's
Minotaur?
as stealthy as a rock.
Yep.
Isolde would be toward the front.
Okay. There.
And
So
I think
just kind of-
Talthar would be in the middle.
All right. Where's Talthar? Oh, there he is. Kind of just a little bit behind Isolde there. Balin, where you want to be?
Somewhere near the back, most likely.
You'll be in Team C, as it were.
Yeah, where you got me there is perfect.
Okay. Who's running Jalen?
Me.
Where do you want Jalen?
Jalen's probably going to keep close to Eli, and once I'm assuming at this point, detect magic is
It is
gone
up
off,
now.
Maybe.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. So he's gonna try and stay like somewhere between the groups because he wants to be able to see like if there's any magical traps that.
Okay. I'm going to say you're kind of near team B in the middle?
Yeah. Also,
Okay.
he's
Near Talithar.
not touching the ground. Yeah.
All right. Oh, right. You got your levitation boots. All right. Where does Shu want to be?
So Shu's a sort of ranged combatant, but also relatively stealthy. So probably kind of midland, so they could shoot to either end, no matter which way we get attacked from.
Sure.
If that makes
Let's
sense.
put you just near Talithar there, but maybe a bit ahead.
Cool.
And where does Cranky want to be?
Kind of second or third, like pretty close to the front of the group, if not
All
right
right.
at the front.
Okay, right up there with Isolde. And Asterion, the Minotaur.
For sure, up at the front again. You
Okay.
learned nothing from last time.
Just like basically competing with Cranky to be the first of the big group in. And
Yeah, if we learned
Graham.
anything from last time, it is that he cannot die. So
And Graham is going to be fairly close to Hilda at the back there. All right, we got our A is our scouty boys. B is our kind of middle clump, and C is our team plate mail at the back there. That's the way it should be. All right.
C for caboose.
There you go. C for caboose. I like caboose. Okay. By the way, Elias, as you're kind of getting into order there, you take a better look at that statue, and you can see it is indeed magical. And there, you can now that you're a little bit closer too, plus your dual layers of ethereal and detect magic, you see a small alcove behind, and piled on the floor, you see a stone statue of a bone snake. Oh wait, it just moved again, and its head comes up and looks out through the statue's eyes, and just, it's almost identical to the snake thing that is there. You see a bone naga watching.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell everybody.
What do you mean it's
You look
behind,
immediately to your left.
inside?
It's like 20, not even 20 feet away from Shu. You just look at this stone statue. Everyone else just sees a stone statue of like a snake type god or something.
Okay. So yeah, there's remember that, oh, you weren't there, but I'm gonna tell, I guess Isol.
Well, it looks like a naga. Like,
Yeah,
I understand that.
but there's like a cave behind there, and there's also like the rest of the body of the naga, and it's looking right at us.
We gotta take out that naga. This is what Talithar says.
All right. It seems to be
You think
behind.
it's important?
Gex disappeared? That's weird.
No, I got it. I found it.
Okay.
I think like what he'll say is that Talithar's like, Balin, can you like get rid of that statue quickly?
Yes, I can. Give me just a sec here. I almost always have some kind of stone spell ready to go, so. Let's see, what do I got on me right now? So yeah, I should be able to use shaped stone or transmute rock to get rid of it, right?
Yeah, you
so
could
I
totally do
Turn
that.
it to mud, or I could just like move it.
Whatever you want to do.
Any preferences here? I feel as a guy, I appreciate history. I'm not ready to just totally turn it to mud. How big is the statue? It's medium size, right?
Yeah, it's large actually, pretty large statue. Steve,
large,
just so you
okay.
know, you should be able to move Crank, but I don't know, maybe it's a bit borked.
Well,
Well,
with
we're,
stone shape, I can
sorry, go ahead.
control a stone object medium size or smaller. 5 feet by 5 feet.
You could do a portion of the statue.
So I don't really want to destroy it or reshape it. I just kind of want to get it to, move where it is.
Sure
you know.
I don't think the statue itself's the problem. Since we're like acting upon information that have been gleaned from other sources, can I make some kind of knowledge check? I assume Shu has heard of Naga in general. They're a ranger who specializes in monstrosities and aberrations. It's a lot of
It's
the
right in your
overlapping
wheelhouse.
interests there. Sea
Yeah.
serpents, that kind of stuff. But the idea of it having something to do with this statue, like, Shu just thought that was a statue of a Naga, right? The idea is like there's a Naga in the statue of the Naga. Like, that's where they're racking their brain for. Like, is there anything that's specifically related to that?
Absolutely.
Sorry,
Go
when
ahead
you
and
say-
make a
When
roll.
you say there's a Naga behind the statue, for some reason I had a vision of like there's a room behind it, but no, I get what you mean now. It's trapped in the stone statue, like I found her. So I guess turning it to mud would be the move, right?
I mean, it would
I don't know.
actually. I mean, you can't see it with your eyes.
I just
but,
pop out of it. No.
but you would say, Elias, that it does look like a little bit of an alcove in there.
Okay.
I'm just
Yeah.
gonna burn that 5th level spell. It's fine.
Oh, we're getting all the ones out early. Get them out.
Well, I was rolling with advantage because it's related
right.
to my.
It's related to your. Okay. Well, you're
I
still
think I
getting the
get
ones
that.
out.
Maybe I don't get that. Maybe that's only for tracking. No,
you're a
no,
monster
that-
hunter.
For
I'm giving you
knowledge-related
advantage on
checks
this. Yeah.
to your favorite
Yeah.
enemy. Yeah.
All right, so
So
you
that
know
would be a 24 unless I get to apply my natural favored terrain, which you've already said previously probably not, but it's a
Well,
different situation.
here's the thing
so
about
I thought I'd at least
Nagas.
mention it. But it's 24.
Na-
I'm not that concerned.
24, but you know what? Add it because it's cool. High numbers are fun.
Okay, that's 28.
28.
It's proficiency again. Yeah.
All right. You know the following. Nagas, and this is a straight read. Nagas are intelligent serpents that inhabit the ruins of the past, amassing arcane treasures and knowledge. The first Nagas were created as immortal guardians, long, long ago lost to history. When their creators died out, the Naga deemed themselves the rightful inheritors of their master's treasures and magical lore. They are driven, and they occasionally venture from their lairs to track down items, rare spellbooks, or for other purposes. Naga never feel the ravages of time or succumb to sickness. Even if struck down, a Naga's immortal spirit reforms in a new body in a matter of days, ready to continue its eternal work. They're guardians
Do I know
of
anything
something
about
much,
the rock specifically, like the
older.
statue?
I would say the arrangement of it, you get the impression, it's not that you can tell, but you like read the words, but you can tell its meaning. Here to watch and guard. And at the base of the statue, you can see that the serpent is coiled around something small, like a little diamond or something.
Yeah.
Balin,
Just a little
don't disturb it.
type creature like that. And
Look,
this
Rook,
statue,
I know that you're dealing with these sort. Sorry, what was that, Balin? I didn't mean to talk over you.
So I can't exactly transmute it because this is magical, right? And I cannot transmute enchanted stone. But I should be able to use shape stone on it. I could probably, uncoil that tail, make a little hole there, get to whatever it's holding on to.
So she was gonna say to you, like, as you get asked to, deal with the statue, I think she was gonna say, "Don't mess with it. Look, Rook, I see that it's a lot of nasties around, but this one's just guarding. If we don't disturb it, it's not going to come after us. It's protecting something. Let's just go the other way."
You're not talking to Rook. Rook is already off ahead of you guys.
Did Talithar say to do it?
That was
then? I thought
Talithar.
Rook-
right?
No.
Oh, okay.
that was Talithar.
Sorry, I thought Rook said that because you came back to get us, right?
Yeah,
You
Rook
you
is
weren't
already
doing
gone
your
to teammate.
Oh,
Talithar accent.
Okay. Great. Fine. Yep. I
Yeah.
tell Talithar that then. Yeah, sure. Either way.
All right. So,
Um,
what do you want to do?
sorry. Talithar ponders like the Nagas are working for Beholder.
Okay,
Balin,
I'm
shape
gonna.
stone away.
Yeah, I would
I feel
imagine
like they had a problem with us.
Yeah,
They probably
it's,
would have done something before now. Do as you will.
whatever it's protecting. I'd imagine it's better if we have it than with the Naga having it. Given, as Talithar says, the Nagas are clearly working with the Beholder.
Right, of course.
If they're charged to protect it, it's probably very important to the Beholder. I think we'd like to have it.
Throw a blanket over it. Blind it.
Sorry,
I
are
understand you are interested in all the relics of the past, but that's not what we're here for. Either way, do as you wish.
guys, I don't know why we're still talking. Like, there's a servant of the beholder spying on us, and it's going to get away and inform the beholder. Are you going to get rid of that stone so we can kill it, or are we going to just keep talking?
Well,
This is Talathar.
I'm not about to do anything until y'all agree. So if that's the move. Let's do the move. I cast Shape Stone, and I make a hole in the statue.
Two things happen as you go to cast the spell. Mark it off.
Yeah.
The statue itself barely shifts. The base of it and the sides begin to melt away long before the statue does. And so it creates these little gaps around it. And the statue, well, go ahead and roll an Arcana check for me. We'll see how effective your Shape Stone or your spell is against it.
Nat 20.
Nice.
So that's 30 in total.
So you feel a slight resistance from this ancient worked stone, and then you just press through and just own this. And just, what do you want to do with this? You can change it. You can move it as it is. You worked perfectly. How do you want to get this out of the way?
Well, I can do up to a volume of 5 feet by 5 feet, right? So I figure maybe I just want to like cut it in half down the middle, and then open up a little pocket around the tail there where it's coiled around the thing. So kind of
Sure.
cut it in half and then open up a little hole at the bottom so we can get whatever that gem or jewel is that it's holding.
With a slight shudder, the whole thing begins to seamlessly, almost like moving water, just pour out of the way without ruining its shape, just around the edges. And you make a gap, and you can see a small chamber in behind. Now, it's not on the map, but you can now all see this small chamber. It's only about maybe 8 by 8, stretching in the alcove behind this little critter. And you can see in the dim light this the bone naga beginning to rouse. Its head was already up, but now its tail begins to uncoil and as it begins to move forward, and its head pops up and takes you all in, and it looks at you with this angry, sort of humanoid face. The bones clicking and slapping of its jaw, and where it would have had a tongue, it would have been coming out, but it doesn't anymore because that's all rotten away. Instead, you see this face look at you, and then look right, and then left. And there's this strange hissing gurgle sound that's coming from mostly its undead nature. And it appears... Wait, does it speak languages? It does speak languages. So it's... Why have you disturbed my watch?
This one's all you. I'm not taking this.
You're welcome. You
I
can
said
all
to
see,
everyone
you can
else,
all
not
see it. You can
today.
attack it if you want to. You can talk whatever you want.
So what Talathar, since it hasn't immediately attacked, Tala will say, we sensed you and thought you were either imprisoned or spying on us.
You mean nothing to me. I await that much greater.
Do you work for the one called Zafara? I think that's the name of the beholder.
Cathfaron?
Yeah.
Its head kind of tilts sideways a little bit. Doesn't seem to respond to the name. I serve one. And only one. And I await his return.
And are you at liberty at saying who that is?
Go ahead and roll persuasion.
Okay.
As everybody's like got their weapons all ready to
Yeah, we're like, persuasion. Let's see. $24.
There have been many who have sought, and a long time. But he will come again. Lord Devra Irek. And he says that last one in a different language. It's not common. What languages do you speak?
We all are hearing this?
Yeah?
Draconic, Orc, Dwarven, Common, Elven.
Undercommon and deep speech.
I mean, with a group this big, somebody's gonna know.
It's gonna happen.
All right, one second. One second.
It sounds like a specific name, so I might just know it. I mean, a lot of us could just know it as a name.
What language is it?
Yeah,
I'm looking that up right now.
Just tell us what language it is, and we'll not lie to you about whether we know it.
Tell me what lie I'm going to tell.
Like
So
it's on the
likely
character
either abyssal or celestial.
I'm gonna need someone who knows both draconic and abyssal,
Cool.
or draconic and what's the other one? Not abyssal, infernal.
Celestial.
Either one of those.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Infernal
Makes sense.
or abyssal plus draconic.
Not I.
Not me.
Because it's
Yeah, I definitely should've
real,
taken abyssal.
real
Didn't think of-
old. It's older than this building.
Yeah.
If you have any of those languages, I'm gonna get you to do an intelligence check to kind of like figure out the root. No, the root of the Latin word is this. You know what I mean?
Frankie
for
Bear knows
linguistics.
Draconic, so.
Well, were they saying a
19.
name or were they saying like words? 'Cause if it's a name, that would transcend probably, right?
Althar got a 19. That's it. That's all I got.
19. All right.
Eli got a 20.
Cranky Bear got a nat 20.
Nice going, Cranky Bear.
What skill is he using to understand this? Perception?
Intelligence, and what languages of those three did Cranky Bear understand?
Oh, sorry.
He knows Draconic.
Draconic. All right.
Yeah.
What about Elias?
Draconic.
Okay. So it's an old version of Draconic, which it really says something. It's been changed and it's merged with other things as well. Some other kind of, but you get this much. It's a name and a title. I'm going to actually tell you after the break.
Cool.
All right, so we're going to take a quick little break right now because, hey, it's that time. Before we do, though, I do want to check in with our stealthy boys. So, stealthy boys, meanwhile, Gex, what are you doing? You're down the hall, you see the Naga, or at least you hear it around the corner.
Yep.
The one that has been reforming. You see two guards, you see the stairs.
Well, so when Rook comes back into the hallway, I will sign to him
Yeah.
that Naga that we thought that we killed is around the corner.
We'll kill it again.
What do you say?
We'll kill it. Well, we will kill it again. Like,
Yeah. It's worth killing once, it's worth killing twice, I guess.
All right, they both draw their blades and get ready to do. Do you want to just charge in there, or are you going to get some crew?
we're gonna get some crew, but
All right. Well, we'll come back to that after a quick break. So don't forget, what do you need? What do you need? 10 minutes? I never get breaks. I'm so sorry. I've skipped breaks the last few times, so I'm doing it this time.
Okay.
10 minutes? 5?
10's plenty.
All right, 10. We'll be back in 10 minutes. See you in a few minutes there, interweebs. I think this turns on the things. Hey, everybody. welcome back. So, you were all standing there, and who was it that was helming the, like... Oh, it was Cranky and Elias. And you're both listening to this strange, weird clicking, strange... That's double strange. It's like in there on purpose. Bone Naga. Ancient. Half of its bones are hot. Like, this thing has been here forever, judging by the dust. And it's hissing at you and speaking in this strange form of Draconic. Just at the very end. The rest has been common. But this strange thing in Draconic, it comes out, the translation would be, we await the darker oracle. To which I can only imagine Cranky would say it out loud as soon as...
No, he doesn't.
No? Okay. Not that kind of bear. Okay.
Eli's gonna tell Talithar, since this is like his realm.
Talar's gonna be like, so maybe not. Maybe it's not. He's just kind of slowly, like, sizing it up, checking to see if it's actually, like, a servant of...
You can go ahead and do an insight check for me.
Farah. Sure.
We have bigger fish to fry. We can come back and get it
Yeah.
later if we're still alive.
Insight +5.
Shu, do you speak Draconic?
He does.
Or Shu, not Talithar.
Shu also does, yeah.
Okay.
I feel like a
so-
lot of people pick it up in this setting.
Yeah, I'm going to say do a history check for me.
So Talithar
With
is trying
advantage,
to
because you're a
see-
monster hunter.
Okay.
Anybody can
Todd?
roll history if you want, actually.
Ooh.
Todd,
Yep.
does Cranky get the sense that the person or being that this Naga is referring to is something he should be afraid of, or the group should be afraid of?
Go ahead and roll an insight check, Cranky. I'm just curious how this goes. And what was your earlier
1.
insight? 1?
Yeah.
Amazing. Cranky's just like, what? It's all good?
Okay, so what? So he was thinking of killing it, but instead he's just gonna go up and throw his bedroll over top of its eye, so it can't see anything.
It kind of scurries back into its little hole, and you can kind of
I
cover
thought
up
it
the
was
hole.
still immovable in the stone.
No, it's
Oh,
it's
no.
like a gap in the stone, and this creature started to, like, its face started to emerge, and it took you in and spoke with you, and it's just kind of in there in the little gap that Balin made in the stone. And when it whispers this thing, and it says the darker oracle, there's this weird, like, anybody who's got a passive insight over 14, which is anybody?
Eli.
Oh yeah,
I do.
Cranky does too.
Okay. Except Cranky did roll a nat 1, so Cranky doesn't get any of it. There's this sense of weight when it is referred to that title or name or whatever it was that it was saying. But it awaits.
Okay, well he's
But
still gonna
Cranky
throw the
doesn't get
bedroll over it
the
and then go
opposite.
down and turn around and go down the hallway.
Yeah.
And as it literally retreats back into its hole and just coils up there, and Cranky can just put the blanket over. Do an animal handling check for me, Cranky, just for fun.
Oh, animal handling? He actually has animal something special to do with animals. Oh no. Yeah. He's got beast sense. I can speak with animals.
It's not technically a beast. It is technically, what is it considered? I don't even know.
Monstrous
Undead.
creature.
It is an undead creature.
Right, that makes sense because it's specifically a bone naga. not
But
a normal
naga are
yeah.
generally monstrosities.
Yeah, so 17 this time.
All right. It doesn't seem to respond negatively. It just coils back up and just
Something.
every once in a while its head looks out, strangely humanoid looking bone structure on its face. But other than that, it just kind of looks, and you drape the bedroll over it, and it kind of flicks its head so the bedroll goes to the side, stops obscuring its vision, and it just lets it fall where it is, and it just sits there waiting and watching.
Halvor just kind of sighs and just shrugs at the others. Okay, let's go.
Yeah.
Oop, what did I hit? Oh, okay. I don't know what's going on. I don't know if that my thing is making noise. All right, let's move on. Okay, right about now, Rook and Gex come back and share some news. I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
like, okay, so like the Naga we fought, like you guys fought, it's reforming. And so Talithar is going to be like, oh, I thought I killed it. And Rook will be like, well, it's growing back. And its name is Zafral. And it's just around the corner.
Okay, so
Let's just not hesitate and go kill it. How's about that?
all right, so it's a relatively small chamber, so you're gonna have to be in like groups of, let's say, clumps. So I'm gonna take your earlier marching order, unless anybody wants to pipe up now, and you post up outside that little door. Can I get perception checks all around as you all enter this hallway now, and kind of clumping together?
Sure.
It's 13 for me.
And I'm assuming people want to be stealthy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But go ahead and roll stealth checks, everybody. Those of you with the disadvantage, go ahead and roll that with disadvantage.
Oh, this is lagging big time.
Oh, Isolde, that
Yeah,
hurts.
there's something about this map. It's like weirdly, it's not optimized. Yeah.
Oh,
So I
sorry.
rolled a 17 at first, and then my disadvantage, I got a 4.
Oh,
Or actually, I think a 3. 'cause
Clang,
minus
clang,
1, I got a
clang.
3. I got a 3.
All right. clang, clang, clang with the dwarfy. All right. Isolde got the nat 1. So she comes around the corner and is being super stealthy. And where did she end up? Okay, I'm gonna say I'm gonna flip this. She ends up tripping over the arrow that had scattered around the corner, and it's not only it snaps, but it goes skittering away. I'm gonna need perception checks from people as well. Oh, that was a nat 1 perception. I'm sorry.
Yeah, you have your perception first. Yeah.
Yeah, those are all perceptions, not stealths.
Okay, good to know.
Does Eli get maybe an advantage for not walking on the ground? He's making less noise.
I
No,
would say
mine
should-
was a stealth
Oh,
that I got the
okay.
nat 1 on.
Uh,
It was.
Okay.
My
Oh, that was-
perception was an 18.
Okay.
Mhm.
Isolde, I'm gonna say you're so busy being distracted as you go around the corner. You're kind of shocked nobody else picked it up. You're looking towards Talithar leading the way, and you kind of let him go past you around the corner, and you lock eyes and you see the weird crumple of the guard in the corner, and their foot is in the corner, and the toe has disappeared into the stone. And then you look again, you're like, wait, no, there's a little crack in this top right corner, and its foot has fallen through a little gap in the rocks. Isolde noticed that.
Okay. I will let people know that.
Oh, and Isolde, if there was an arrow pointing towards the big bad, it is that way.
Which way? I can't
It is
see on the
in
map.
the reason you look, you can't see the map at all.
Yeah, I can now.
Oh, okay.
I had to move it over
I
a
see.
bit.
Yeah.
So it is directly in the direction of that corner where the foot is disappearing into it, in that top right corner of that hallway.
Secret door.
Top left.
Mhm.
Yeah, you have found a secret door, or at least the hint of
my.
one. Okay, Gex.
I found his foot in the secret door.
Yeah, you notice it. Everybody else seems to have. Anybody else get higher than that, or is that?
I also got an 18.
She beat you by 1 there, so I'm gonna say no.
Sorry, what are you talking about? Stealth or
Anybody,
perception?
anybody else get perception of 19 or higher
Yeah, I got 26.
on stealth or perception? Stealth.
Let's see. Hold on
Yeah.
a second. I rolled a 26 for perception. 26 for stealth. Sorry,
Yeah.
and
Oh, I see. Frizzle got the 19.
I got 26 for perception. Sorry, I did roll. Rogues.
Yeah,
Expertise.
absolutely. So
Yeah, totally.
Isolde spots it first just because that's fun, but then the rest of you see her staring in the corner and like notice that she's looking at something, and you notice that the ground is a bit bizarre there. And you have managed to spot yourselves a door.
That's more like it. Do we even have to deal with the Naga? I suppose either way it's going to come after us, huh?
All right, so
Anyone?
what's everybody want to do?
Should I roll a check on that door you found?
Go for it.
It's a 23.
All right, you quickly figure out the workings, and you're like, oh, I see. You just press this stone and it'll open up. You press it?
I would tell the party first. I think I know how to open this thing up. I found the lever. Everybody ready to go through? You want me to trigger this sucker?
I think Gex is waiting for us somewhere else, right? Down the hall?
I'm gonna
Gex is geared up.
message Gex and Rook with the cantrip and give them a rundown.
Okay, so then I guess we're holding off. Going through this
All right.
secret door.
I'm going to assume Balin's ready to open it, so go ahead. I'm going
So
to
yeah,
say
I
that.
wait for Gex and Rook to get back here, I guess, if they're coming, and then yeah, I'll hit the button.
All right. Dexterity saving throw, please.
Here. A 3.
All right. I need you to do a... wait, hold on. Hold on. You take 4 points of piercing damage as you press in the stone, and then the edges where it retreats into as you kind of slide it to the side are surprisingly razor sharp, and they cut your cut part of your exposed wrist there. You take 4 points of piercing damage, but you also need to do a Constitution saving throw, and I'm going to say you're doing it with advantage because you're a dwarfy, because it's poison.
Mhm.
So that'd be a 17 then.
1 second. I just have to figure out what it's. 17 passes. Okay, so you're going to take half of this. That is 15. Sorry. Wait, hold on. I can do math. 6 and 3, 12. Yeah, 14 points of poison damage, but halved for you. So 7. As this hidden sharp edge cuts you and poisons you as the door, revealing a staircase leading down. It's descending. It is rough steps, not worked like the rest. Quite old, jagged corners, pressed thick with like scrapes and maybe slime or something. And Isolde, you have a direct arrow pointing down into the dark ahead where the creature you marked earlier is in that area. And not that far away.
I will
rolled
let
another-
everybody know.
Rolled another history check with a 27. Is this area older than the stuff I found
yes.
earlier, or about the same age?
It was 800 about where you were, maybe 1,000. Down below is getting older, probably several centuries before, like another 400 years back.
I think like Gex and Rook will actually let maintain formation, so we'll scout out ahead, check for traps, be stealthy with our rolls.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll assume Team A is still Team A. Go ahead and move.
Team A is gonna just start repositioning to go first, and stealthily and quietly going down the stairs, checking for traps, checking for enemies, being really
Investigation
quiet.
check, please. I'll keep the earlier stealth checks of oh my god.
Sorry, you want us
I
to?
would like to remove mine.
Well, we'll deal with Team A to begin with. All right, Team A, how'd your investigation go?
Are we just ignoring the Naga? Is that what we decided?
Yeah, we covered it up.
No,
No,
the
the other Naga.
Which other?
Yeah,
Naga?
we were called back, and we were told
Oh, that one.
Isolde said the beholder's down here, so I'm assuming we're.
Okay. I figured we'd just go kill the Naga first and then go kill the Beholder.
You can if you want to.
Like, I was standing there waiting to go in and kill, and then everyone's just now around.
Yeah, everyone just called us back, so.
No, this is why nothing happens with big groups, because it's impossible to get consensus, right? You gotta just go.
I'm fine with the
actually,
Naga.
I'm gonna say,
Yeah.
Rook.
Rex has been sitting there waiting for you guys to come. If you guys aren't coming, he's going in.
Okay,
Bear-
go ahead.
Frankie
Gex.
Bear just walked over to him because that's where he thought
Yep.
everyone was going.
Nope,
So
that's
they're going in. You guys
Yep.
can come whether you want to or not.
That's fine. So, just Cranky and Gex. Rook, you're already up top.
No,
You're already-
I'm not gonna reposition.
You're
if
moving
Gex
that
is
way.
gonna go in.
You're moving that way. Gex is just like, as Rook is kind of having this conversation. Gex, go ahead, roll initiative. Actually, let's get
Alright, no
everybody
plan.
roll initiative.
It's Pincer Strike. Who's coming this way? We all rolling?
Yeah, go for it. Make your rolls, just so I can keep a rough idea. Or I can keep it in circle formation if you prefer. Ooh. Shoo, that hurts. With a 4.
They're kind of laid back right now. Nothing's happened yet. They're not worried.
Eli,
Casual.
who rolled the other 4? Or was it Jalen?
Eli's 15. Jalen is 7.
Okay.
I also got 7.
Rook has a 21, Talathar 14.
You
Asterion.
sold 21.
Asterion is
Yes.
also 7, did you say?
Balin's got a 7. I can roll one
Oh,
for him too.
Okay, Balin. I'm just to keep things organized. Let's have the two. Well, no, that's fine. We won't go at the same time. So Balin got 7. Who got above 7? 7 to 10.
Asterian's got a 16.
Okay. Okay. What did Jalen get?
7.
7. Oh, that was Jalen, also 7. Okay. Okay. And Frizzle?
Frizzle got an 18.
Mm-hmm. The Frizz?
And Isolde got a 21.
Is old. All right. Gex, what did you get? You'll be going first
Yeah,
because you're kicking this off.
Gex got a 19, Crank got a 13.
Okay. Gex 19, Crank 13. Okay. Talithar
14.
14. You're gonna make me rewrite these. Crank. Talithar. Okay, 14. Okay. And am I missing anybody?
Rook 21.
Rook 21 as well. Okay, so the Rook and Isolde were busy kind of pointing out and conversing, so that's why you just, miss it, but, we're starting with Gex. So Gex, what you doing? There's a guard right there carrying a spear. Their back is towards you. There's kind of a robed guy within line of sight straight across in that circular room. And there's something around the corner that is probably the Naga. What do you want to do?
He's going to try to stealthily move over to this guard, grab him around the neck, and stab him.
All right. I'm going to take your earlier stealth of 30, so you can definitely do that. Go ahead and make your attack roll with advantage.
He's going to, essentially rinse and repeat what he did going through the door.
Mm-hmm.
Attack roll is... where's this thing? Was that added up to? Attack roll comes out at an 18.
I believe that hits, yeah.
Damage of...
Yeah, that hits.
Am I getting a sneak attack on this guy?
Yes,
I better. 30. 12 plus... So 31 altogether.
You just execute that guy. The spear kind of to the ground as he's dead in your arms. All right, that's your turn.
Yeah.
Unless you got a bonus you want to do.
Yeah, he can bonus hide. So
at this point, there's not, unless you want to head back, use your movement to get back out of here. You can now see that this is a circular room filled with sarcophagi, upon which a few of them kind of in the corner to the right, or the south end there, you see the Naga. This is the spirit Naga. It is half formed, and what I mean is, like, you see it is basically missing sections of scales and even flesh. It is only partly formed, and there's bones sticking out that you can see. It's almost like it's bleeding in reverse. So things are slowly flowing into it from like parts beyond and the ethereal. But its body is only half formed. Then there's the robed one in the middle of the room. Right, so if you want to hide, you're going to have to leave the room, or maybe try to hide behind one of the sarcophagi, but they all see you. This dude just died and clambered to the ground. So you can leave the room and try to hide in the corner, like back in the hall if you want.
Well, it's such a short distance. Like, yeah, he'll legit come right back there, right around the corner.
Nice, so stab, death, retreat. Okay, coming up next. I can't read my own writing. Who the hell is that? Oh, the Frizz. The Frizz. What do you want to do?
No.
You're way at the very back.
She shouldn't be next.
I know. Isn't she? I thought she was next.
No.
She was 18.
Yeah.
And she wouldn't
21.
go after, or she wouldn't go before Isolde.
That's fair. Okay. So Rook and
Isolde
Isolde.
was 21.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The way I was kind of thinking of it is they're kind of having their conversation. Be like, all right, we'll go to Team A. We'll go for what? So you hear the clatter and the gasp from down the hall. Isolde and Rook, what do you want to do?
Well, if I hear that Gex started the fight, I think I don't know what Isolde's doing, but Brooke would go.
Yeah.
I don't know who goes first between us, but
Who has a higher dex?
I have 20.
Probably you.
All right, Rook is first.
Okay, Rook was talking to Isolde and notices Gex make an attack. He's going to go over. He's going to move over and he's going to take a shot at.
From that edge of the door, just entering the hallway there, you can see a robed figure in the hall, but you can't really see much else.
Can I see the Naga?
Unfortunately, it's kind of tucked in around the corner. It's got, I mean, technically it is like right up on the circle. You might be able to make out just a tiny little corner of it, but it's really hard to tell. You know it's there, but you don't really have a great line of sight. It would have a lot of cover, like a lot.
Like 3/4 cover?
Like it would be even kind of worse than that, but yeah. I forget what the rule is for 3/4 cover.
I know Darcy's
He's trying to gotcha. He's trying to gotcha. Sharpshooter can cover unless it's full cover.
Oh, well, that's fair. All right.
Trying to get you on a
I mean,
technicality.
you could try and peg its side if you want to, or you can go after the robe guy.
I think like because like the clearer shot will be the rope guy, so he's gonna go for the rope guy and just actually, you know what? Doesn't he hate the Naga?
I mean,
Like I think
these are one of the things that legit tortured you, and
yeah, he legit tortured me, right?
You
No, he's
flashback-
killing that Naga. He's shooting.
you flash
the
back
Naga.
to this Naga. You were on an altar somewhere else in this chamber, and it was trying to force those crystals into your forehead and get it to take. Each time it would shatter against it, but not before it started to cut your forehead. Or one time they even fractured your skull and drove it in, but it just killed you, and then you woke up later. 18 to hit?
Yep.
Yeah, I guess it does ignore cover, so sure.
Okay.
As much as I'm joking, I think this is the correct situation to use. Like that is what sharpshooter's for, right? Like this feels appropriate.
See a tiny
You're
corner,
able
take
to-
your shot.
Yeah, and it's enough to do a thing. Make
38.
Ooh, 38 points of damage on that shot. Oh, okay. You hurt it bad. It recoils a little bit, and you can still see the corner. All right. As you kind of look at Gex sitting next to you.
Yeah, I'm basically going to just go around the corner, hide, and bonus action, like move and hide. Bonus action hide, and that's
you
my
both
turn.
do the same thing. You're both back to back against
I
the
go.
corner, just like, okay, coming up next. Let's go with Isolde. What do you want to do, Isolde?
Okay,
You're
I'm
the-
gonna coming closer. Where am I on this map? I am
You're
here.
right at the corner.
So, where did I see them go?
So they ran.
What the hell?
Sorry, you're behind the Minotaur. There you are.
Right here.
You have to
I
hold Alt on this map. I'm sorry. So, it's very
What the
crowded in
heck?
here. There's like 38 of you. It doesn't snap
Okay,
well.
I can't get my character back out. Anyway, I'm just gonna follow Rook
Okay.
to the room where we heard the clatter, the noise,
Yep.
and
you hear hissing
as
and
soon-
swearing.
Yeah, as soon as I see the Naga, I'm gonna bonus action hex it, and then
Now,
I'm gonna
when
go
you poke
ahead.
around the corner, you don't see the Naga yet. It is, I mean, the other two had scouted. They knew where it was. You can see the robed figure, but you're going to have to enter in a little bit more, go down that little short hallway to actually see the Naga.
but the robe figure is dead now.
No, the robed figure is standing right in the middle of the circular room. They killed the other guard, but not the robed figure.
Okay. Then I'm gonna hex the robe figure and take 2 shots at him.
Do it.
Or them.
Yep.
Them. Okay. The first one is 27.
That hits.
And that's 9 additional damage.
So 7 damage plus 9 is 16. All right, so the arrow digs deep and does a lot of damage. They are definitely badly hurt, but they are still alive.
All right.
And gods.
Another 27
That hits as they begin to open their mouth like
for another 7 damage.
16 and 7, that's 23. Okay, cool.
And
Second arrow hits him and kind of doesn't need a liver to live, right? Still alive.
Yeah.
For the moment.
No, doesn't need that.
Probably not going to last the night, but still currently alive. And I think you've got about 5 feet of movement left, so you can try to get to one of the sides. It's starting to get pretty crowded on the rook side. You could go opposite where Cranky is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do that.
All right. Coming up next. Oh, wait, hold on. Yeah. Okay. That tracks. All right. Coming up next is Gex already went, so now it's the Frizz.
Oh, okay.
She's way at the back next to Hilda, practically in the circle room.
Yeah. Oh, shit. Dog caught up in computer. Crap. Yeah.
I just
she's
assumed that's what the
gonna-
Frizz was saying.
Yeah, Frizzle's gonna
Frizzle hold action for a bit.
She can't get up. Sorry. Things are fun here.
You got a dog situation going on. Asterion, you're
I
on
do.
deck.
I have a very serious dog situation going on. My big dog's eating my little dog's food.
Oh dear.
Never a good thing.
Yeah, no, that's gonna lead to murder.
It almost did. So yeah, Frizzle how far away is that room?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35 to the edge of the hallway, and then to get down the hallway any distance would be more.
Right. She can't get there, so she is going to let them deal with this and
Sure,
hold
she's rear
her-
guard.
Yeah, she's just
Absolutely.
gonna make sure nothing comes up from behind.
Absolutely. Asterion, followed by Tal. Minotaur, what do you want to do?
Okay. So I just moved Bale in there real quick to get rid of that fog of war so I can see his
Of
figure
course.
here.
Yep.
And I don't see a bad guy tile on the map though.
It's because it's all kind of around the corner at the moment, but
Yeah, okay. There we go. So Asterion, I think that to be 5 feet down here. This guy's over here. I think he's just gonna do the Minotaur thing and charge right at him. I think you should be able to make that.
all right.
That would be 15 feet, so that gets me a cool charge attack.
All right. That the robed guy? That's the one you can see? Sure. Just
Correct.
charge on in, make
Correct.
your roll. Charge! Goring strike. Do it. Talathar's on deck.
1d6 plus strength, so that's...
You know what?
And then I
Okay.
should get another free action to attack with my horns as well off of that, right?
All right, so you go in and you just and you bash into him, and he flies against the thing, just wrecked. He's dead. You then turn, and if you got any movement left, you probably got it. Actually, what's the movement on Asterion? You've gone the full 30.
I believe 30 feet is his base.
Okay.
But
So you're in the room in the center, and you look and you see this half-formed Naga just curled in the corner, hissing. It is looking pretty hideous and rough, and Asteria's like, ooh, looking at this thing. All right, that's your turn. Talathar, followed by Cranky.
Okay. He's gonna, because a fight just started, he's gonna go. How is the distance here? Like,
It's kind of messed up, but basically, yeah, it doesn't measure properly. I don't know what's happening. So, let me see if I can fix this.
Yeah, I meant to ask how wide these halls are. I assume they're like 20 feet wide, maybe?
They're probably about 12 feet, but 10 feet. They're basically 10 feet.
Big enough for a beholder to move through.
Yeah.
Wink.
I don't know why.
Is he able to reach the Naga?
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You can get into the room to like here. Do you have anything that's reach?
Yeah, I mean he can.
Sorry, the map scale got a little borked for some reason.
Yeah, I mean he can cast like
it's
something
like
to
5 feet away.
Yeah. He's gonna see the Naga, but he doesn't want to expand too much. Like he's seeing this half dead Naga that just is really hurt. So he's actually just gonna like
it looks real rough.
He's looking real rough.
Yeah.
He's just gonna say, "Oh, I remember you.
Enjoy your time. I will return." And you get a good look at this Naga this time. It's got the red crystal embedded in its forehead.
Oh, so it's under its control, huh?
Mm-hmm. You make a note right now. You're like, wait a minute, that bone Naga didn't have that, but this one does. It's not a bone Naga though. This one's a spirit Naga, or something like that. A nightmare spirit Naga. The horse parts of it haven't reformed. Thanks, Phil. All right, that's Tal's turn then, unless you got some bonus.
No, he's just gonna hold his action like ready a reaction if it gets within range, he'll attack.
Sure thing.
As his
Frankie, you're just down the hall. 5, 10, 15, about 20 feet away from this thing. What are you gonna do?
So he can get in there quite easily.
Yep.
So he's going to fully going to a rage. And
You just bully past Talithar, shove between Asteria and a Talithar. Go ahead and make your attack.
He'll do it kind of politely as he goes by. Then he'll kind of be like,
Nice. I like it. The very polite bear.
and then make his attacks. So
I don't need that anymore. Not yet.
Yep. He gets advantage on that. So.
What's the attack?
Yeah, he gets advantage on his attacks when he's in a rage.
Oh, I thought you'd already rolled.
No, he's rolled once. So the second one is 19, which
That's a miss.
is plus 8, so it comes out as a 27.
Oh, okay. I thought you already did the math. So yeah, that hits.
No. And the damage is 10, 15. Sorry, damage. So damage is 21, and then he'll make a second. Oh, he gets to use the back end of his pole arm, which is the. Where's the damage on that? Right now it's just 1d4 plus 2. So another 6. So it's, what did I say? 20. So that's 27. And then we'll attack again with advantage.
All
Which
right.
is 18. 26 for.
That's a hit. Its AC is currently 20.
Yeah, so 8 plus. So 13. So another 17, 19 damage on the second one.
Well, no, sorry, don't double add. So 19 from 66. Okay, I got it. I got you.
Yeah.
All right. Whew, okay. It is. You just hack hack off a huge chunk of its tail, and it's just like, ah. All right. Or tear off if you prefer.
Hang on. So has it acted this turn?
No.
Okay, so hang on. It gets more damage then. It gets another 13 damage on top of that.
Woo! Yeah, it is really rough. All right. That is Cranky. Coming up next, we got Jalen.
Okay, Jalen's just gonna rush in as close as he can get.
5, 10,
I don't
15,
think he'll be
20, 25, 30. You can kind of get to the short hall, but you can't get right in the room. You can see the edge of what's good. Well, you actually, with all those big guys in the way, you can see the other people in the room, like Asterion and Cranky and Talithar, but you can't really see the Nugget from where you are, unfortunately. Unless you got more than 30 move.
No, he's just gonna get as far as he can and then ready in action if something comes at him.
Sure. All right. Absolutely. All set. Coming up next, Balin. I don't even know if you can get in there. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40. You'd need to get 40 or 45 feet to get in there.
I think I can at least get to the door, though, right? I can get to right beside Gex there with 30 feet of movement.
Yeah, just behind. Yeah, just next to Gex there, exactly. All right. You can also spend your action to dash if you want to. I forgot to mention that to Jalen, too.
I can't see the Naga, though, from that angle, I assume.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose dash is probably the move to do then. I think I'll do that. So get me another 10, right?
No, it's a full other move, 25. So you can get right up in here. Do you want to be... Oh, I'll put Gex back where he was. Do you want to be right next to... where do you want to be in there? Right in there next to...
5. Sorry, so let me pull the ruler out then. See, I would have been right there. So yeah, I should be able to stand right beside Asterion there.
All right, nice. You're right up there next to your big Minotaur pal. Okay, that is your turn. Oh, sorry. Why did I have Jalen down twice? Who did I write down twice for some... Oh, no, I did. It's fine. And last but not least, Shu is like...
Eli hasn't gone yet.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's
Where's
fine.
Eli?
Go ahead and Shu got 4, I think. Right?
Okay,
so that
Shu
would
got
make
4?
sense. We wrote down Jalen twice because one of them's Eli.
Yes. And Eli.
Yeah.
And did I miss anybody else? Hilda's just kind of guarding the back.
Yeah.
All right, so Shu, you go to do your thing, but then it's actually the Naga's turn. So 1 second.
Okay.
Sorry, I always forget that they get to do things too.
Yeah, I've been there as a GM, totally.
Yeah. So let's keep it nice and simple. Cranky, I need you to do a wisdom saving throw.
You trying to charm him?
Yep.
Okay.
As the snake's eyes locks eyes with Cranky the bear.
Is Cranky within 10 feet of Talithar?
Let's say sure. Just.
All right. You get +4.
Oh, good. So 23.
You rolled. Okay. All right. You are fine.
Oh, hang on. Plus, what's my bonus to wisdom? 24.
Yep.
Altogether.
All right. So you are okay, sir. As your mind gets clouded for a moment and then it goes away. All right. Coming up next, let's go with. Wait, where'd my page go? Now it's Shu's turn. And. Yep. Now it is Shu's turn.
Great. Shu's gonna take a look at this stairway down instead. Some of the more front and center warriors have run off into something, and doesn't really see why that would be. And instead is going to focus on over here. Now, the way you described it seemed very precarious. And I forgot to mention at the beginning of the episode, but the roguish subclass, the roguish archetype that they picked up, is called the Inquisitive. And for some reason, it has an ability that says you can investigate as a bonus action, which is a weird thing that you can just do, apparently.
All right.
Which is cool. So with just like a couple of studied looks, just like, okay, boom, 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 trying to find the best, like, most safe route down.
Make your roll.
Beautiful. When Roll20 decides to respond, this is the original die roll, and then I get to add my investigation, which I believe is 7, unless you want to say this is under darky enough.
This is
in which case
now
it would be an additional.
you are much more comfortable down here. It is very under darky down
I
here.
figured, yeah. So I started being like, all right, yeah, these are the common pitfalls you would expect in this kind of cavern. So that would put me at a 23.
23. Two things strike you. Number one, the stairs are not trapped on the way down here. However, there's an overwhelming stench boiling up from below, and you can now smell something. Unfortunately, you're somewhat familiar with: rotting flesh, decaying bodies. You can also sense just terrible garbage stench coming from the room below. You can see a little bit into there, but not that far.
Great. So I'll try to make my way down safely. I had previously rolled stealth. I don't know if this needs to be a separate hide check to be properly hidden now that we're in combat or what.
Yeah,
but I'm going to try and make my way down. I'll probably be going pretty slowly because you can't really move that fastly while sneaking. Yep. And just try and see if I can find a spot where I can hide when I'm down there, but otherwise stay in the lip of this.
The walls are very irregular, as you can see from the map.
Yeah.
There's definitely nooks you can duck into that might give a line of sight. Go ahead and roll stealth as you move to, let's say, here.
Roll stealth? Okay. I had 28 before.
All right.
And that is assuming I get to
perception.
add my...
You didn't break it.
I wouldn't get to add that. It's not relevant.
You didn't break stealth. You didn't break stealth, so I'll let the 28 last. Go ahead and roll
this is a 24
perception
now, but so it's whatever. Pardon, what was that?
Go ahead and... Okay, I'll take that as your perception roll, if that's all right, because I left your stealth alone at 28.
Sure, yeah. Sure. If perception's relevant to the terrain, that would be 25. Otherwise, it is 21.
So you look down into this cavernous room below, and there's a pile of bodies and treasure and weird things all laying around. You can see some of the cloaks of the fallen are kind of fluttering a little bit in a gentle breeze, as there's kind of this at the far end of the chasm, the cave, you see a pit leading much deeper. It's just like a hole, and there's a steady wind coming up from there that chills. It's almost unnaturally cold on the very far end of the room there. Amongst all of the fallen bodies, you see something else move first, and then you see it. You see a corpse flip over and hover for a second and then drop. And then you can hear a very quiet mutter. Where is it? Where is it? And you see hovering over all these fallen beings, the Beholder is hovering.
Oh, great.
Now, the cavern goes up a long way. It's good, like 30 feet high, but 30, 40 feet high. But it is fairly low, hovering close to that pit at the far back of the cavern. And it's picking up bodies and tossing them around with its magic. And it's...
Great. So I don't want to, engage, and I don't want to reveal myself. I want to find a spot where I can feel safe sitting and watching and studying them. For as long as establishing that sort of position for myself until next turn.
Found it. One of you took it. I've been patient, but I'm running out of time. Okay, that's what you get. Okay.
Yeah.
Elias, you see Shu. If your perception is high enough, you might pick out some of this, but I'm gonna get you to just do me a perception check. See what Elias hears. And I'm gonna say Ethereal sight and detect magic. It's not quite advantage, but I'm gonna give you a +2 to this roll.
Nice.
Cool. That's 20.
All right. You do hear, you feel the cold blast of unnatural wind coming from the open chamber, and you see Shu kind of scoot around the corner, and you can hear mutterings and a little bit. You can't necessarily make out all the words of the beholder, but you can tell it's down there.
Okay, so Eli's gonna just kind of move in the doorway, still floating, and he's just gonna message because Gex is hiding there. Yeah, he's gonna message Rook and just be like, "I see the beholder," and we'll leave the turn there.
All right. Top of the order, Rook. Down one hall, you've got Gex and all the bigs fighting the Naga. Down the other hall, you see Elias muttering, and his voice appears in your head, saying the beholder is that way. What do you want to do?
He is going to just quickly sign to Gex. Beholder is down the stairs, and start. He's going to assume that everyone else is like going to finish off the Naga, and he's going to start moving.
All right, how far do you want to go?
As far as my 30 feet will allow, like
5,
he's
10.
Because he's already been hiding, right? So he's remaining stealth, and he's just gonna.
You can
check
get
it
right
out.
in, and the best places to hide are either amongst the corpses and the piles of things. You can also
Amongst the rocks.
Amongst the rocks, and as you see these piles of corpses, you recognize some of them. You see bodies. You see Sir Isaac on the perched up in the far corner there as practically as a statue over there. He's up a slightly elevated section, but perched up as a statue in the corner. You see variety of decomposing bodies, some of them quite old, and your eye catches. You're like, wait, what? You see a loot amongst the pile of body that you recognize immediately.
Is that like angels?
Angel's loot. You look around, and after a quick glance, you see the badly decomposing body of Angel. You see, amongst another glance, you see there's a component pouch over there on that body. That's Cat's body up and over. There are a wide variety of people that died that day amongst all the rest of those of the Undertow. And since you see rogues that have come down here, you see people that you were in the Rogues Guild with. You see Turnbull, his head twisted in a very strange angle. His kind of turban head being face twisted in a rictus. Half of his body is just gone, and he's just lying in the pile. There is a collection of corpses and their belongings here, and the beholder is sifting through it. And you see the beholder hovering just next to this large pit. What do you want to do? Well, I guess that's your turn. What technically?
Yeah, well, I mean, it technically has an action, but I'm actually going to hold my action.
Okay.
To shoot it. Basically, I'm waiting for everyone else to arrive.
Sure.
And when the battle begins, I'll shoot it as my held action.
Okay, Isolde. You're kind of you see Elias. Oh wait, where is Isolde? Oh, she's way down there with Gex. Look across.
Yeah.
Rook runs away. You lock eyes with Gex, kind of out in the hall. What do you want to do? Gex, you're on deck. If you guys want to
going
team, you can.
to. This is the room.
Yeah. Rook runs
So-
off that other way. You're not sure why.
All right. I come in. Do I see the Naga?
Yes, 100%. It's sitting there. It is rough. Half of its tail is ripped off. One of its arms is hanging practically uselessly. It is rough. And Cranky's
So
just
I'm
tearing
going
into
to
this
bonus
thing.
action hex that.
Okay.
Now that my hex is free,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm gonna do my gosh dangdest darndest to kill it.
Sure thing. As I mentioned before, it
So-
did cast shield, so its AC is currently 20. I'm not afraid to tell you. I ain't afraid to tell you. Oh, sorry. 23. I'm going to assume that Cranky got 23s, but yeah. Oof.
We were all over that, yes.
Yeah. 21 unfortunately
21.
doesn't hit as this thing, the arrow just, it hits the part of the tail that was already torn off.
Okay. So, golly, I will try again. But I don't know that I can get much higher.
Unfortunately, the next one ricochets off one of the corpse holders. That's late. What are they? All right, it missed. Sorry. Okay, coming up next.
No worries.
Coming up next, we get Gex.
He's going to essentially do the same thing that Rook did. So just move with stealth into there and hold action, hide, like go in and hide and wait for
All right.
everyone else. But ready with his bow as well.
You're in the habit of noticing things that are of value. You look around this room and you're like, damn, there's a bunch of collected stuff in here. And then you notice the beholder and the corpses and Rook and the rest. And then you're holding action. Okay, coming up next. I keep messing that up. Frizzle, the Frizz.
Okay. She doesn't exactly know where to go. She's just kind of like, why is everybody going in different directions? Shit. And she will basically try to come this way. Whoops, that's Hilda. She'll just get to there.
All right, so you go running kind of in the Naga fight way. Cool, cool, cool. All right, you can spend your action to get right in the room if you want to. As a dash, or you can just sit tight. Your call.
She'll stay put, because she's not exactly sure what the heck is going on.
All right, coming up next.
Before we jump forward, can I say that Shoe's further in? I kind of was thinking that if they were able to find a place where they could stay hidden that was further in, that's what they wanted to do. I don't want to be in everyone's way as everyone's trying to get in here.
How about you're
I think
in the
I
room
had,
in a nook?
Yeah. I probably had movement. I don't know.
Yeah,
I don't know exactly what the distances are here.
You didn't actually use your action, so I would say you can dash, but move half speed. So you can get about there, if that works.
Dash sneakily.
Dash sneakily.
Cool.
Dash.
Cool, thanks.
But stealth-like. All right, Asterion.
All right. So I guess he's going to join Cranky there and fighting the Naga.
All right, go for it.
Should be in the Naga. There we go. And so he's got a battle. What do you call it? Great axe. 14 for
What
his
am I hearing?
first attack. Then he gets his second attack though. But yeah, that's a 9. He rolled a nat 1 on that actually.
Oh, yeah, that's a miss.
And I believe he only gets the 2 attacks at level 5.
All right. Yep. Unfortunately, that's it. Oh, sorry. I'm just gonna mute you for now, there, Gordon, because we can hear something coming through your mic.
He gets a bonus horn attack too, but that only got a 20, so I think that also misses.
Yeah, unfortunately, this thing is that it's got the shield around it. It's barely managing to hold everything off. All right. So you're piling in. Next up is Talithar, followed by Cranky.
Okay. So the nag is still alive?
Just hanging on. It seems to be feeding some energy from kind of the nest where it's made.
Okay, he's
Seems
gonna
to just
step. He's gonna step forward and attack it. First attack. Sorry, I'm just checking my stats because he had drunk a frost giant potion, so his.
Oh yeah. So where this thing was, you can see a shed skin kind of behind. It was kind of making its little nest there, and so it is just hanging on. And yeah, go for it.
11. Okay. First hit is does a 22 hit?
Do you have anything that would give you advantage? Because 22 does not, because it is currently shielded.
Oh, it's currently shielded. I mean, I think you would try to post up to get advantage, like if there's any way, like across from Cranky.
It's so hidden in the corner, like
it's in the corner. Okay, so then no, then the first hit misses.
Yeah, first one misses. Sorry, roll again. It can't all be nat 20s, Gordon.
Nope. No. That's okay.
Now I've said that, he's gonna roll in. Oh
no, 20. Oh no, he
dirty
misses.
20. Sorry. So it is
all right. He missed.
A feral snake hiding in the corner. It is hard to get at. It's like it's still pretty quick.
In its current state, is it considered prone?
Oh, actually,
No, since we're arguing for advantage here.
Yeah, I'm gonna say yeah. It'll be. No, I didn't do that earlier. I'm gonna say it is up enough that it is mobile enough to kind of move about.
Okay, that's fine. Talthar finished his turn.
Sorry, Cranky, and then Jalen.
Okay. Cranky's gonna do his standard, just swing like a crazy person. So first is a 24.
That'll hit.
And another 24 for a total of 9. $32 damage between two attacks.
Okay, Cranky's just like tearing out chunks of flesh, and this thing, it begins to hiss. And at first you're like, wait, that's not a hiss, it's laughing. I will see my master. And you just tear out this thing's ribs, reach in with the other paw, and just grab a hold of its like undead heart and just rip it from its body. And the whole head just shudders and falls backwards, and its mouth opens, and you see this little flicker of flame and light just begin flare for a second. All right, it is dead.
What happens to the gem in its head when it dies?
Excellent question. Right now, nothing, but there is something that is occurring. It's a flickering light as you're holding this thing. Like you turn and look at your friends, and there's this little flicker of flame light burning there, just where its face was. All right, coming up next.
That was lovely, but just to note, that was all with the halberd, not with his hands.
Oh, okay. You slashed it open. That's
He's
fine.
a clean bear.
Oh, okay. You cut it in half, and yeah, fair enough. All right, next up, Jalen, followed by Balin, and other ones named Malin. You can see this. It's now dead in the corner. Did you do anything?
You're muted there, Brandon.
That explains a lot. Okay. Yeah, so seeing that the Naga's dead, he's just gonna dash over to the hallway, but he's not gonna go down yet. He's just gonna stay to the side of the door, so that like just kind of ushering people in.
Okay. That is your turn. That brings us to Balin.
All right, so with the Naga being dead, that was the only creature in this room, right?
Yeah. You see the
Okay.
corpses. You look around in this creepy little crypt.
See,
And you see a strange flicker. Can I get you to do an arcana check?
yeah, right. I was just about to ask, is there something I can roll just to quickly analyze the room? 22 on that, right on.
Nice. Okay, so something's gonna happen here for a second. I'm gonna deafen a couple people, so just a moment. How do I do that? Who else is in there? Hold on. Who's running Mysterion? You are. Who's running Cranky? Oh, whatever. You can all hear this, but you can't actually do anything. Balin, I am going to ask you something. You recognize something. A spell studied in the ancient dwarves used for mining. So it's actually extremely useful spell of very high level, powerful magics that allows you to place. I mean, any mage worth their salt can learn Fireball. Anybody. Like, there are children dwarves running around with Fireball. This is very similar to that. But Fireball isn't that great for underground places because if it goes off, you could get caught in the blast. So it's best if you can set it, move away, and then have it go off.
Okay.
It's called Delayed Blast Fireball.
Yeah, I've heard
Balin,
of that before.
you have milliseconds. I'm going to ask, how would you like to respond? And you're going to be doing an initiative or dexterity save. Roll initiative or dexterity to save to see how successful you are in pulling off what you want to do. So what do you want to do? Knowing that this flicker of flare light is the concentration dropping from the Naga was holding concentration. It drops and this thing is about to go. What do you want to do?
I wouldn't have.
You look across the way, you see Isolde right there in the entryway. You see Talithar a little bit further, very close. Cranky, Asterion, they're all right at the heart of this thing. Even you're right there. Isolde is in the threshold.
So, first of all, I'd shout a warning to everybody, explosion incoming, get down. And then, I don't know if it's still in its, like, little black pebble form or not, but could I try to, like, maybe cast Dispel on it or Counterspell, whichever is relevant to...
It would be a counterspell.
Yeah, okay.
If you have that, you can definitely give that a try. So you shout it out. Before you do, I need you to roll either dex save or initiative, whichever you prefer.
Oh, they're both the same, so... I rolled a nat 1, so that's a 0.
And I thought I rolled so badly. I rolled a 5. And I was like, oh, you're gonna get this off. You shout a warning. And this thing erupts. Nah, counterspell is a reaction. You know what? Go ahead and roll. It's your arcana. It's a very high level spell.
Okay.
What level do you want to cast counterspell at?
Delayed Blast Fireball, it's like a 5th level spell, right?
Higher than that.
No way, huh? Just let me check how many slots I still got left at higher levels. Not a ton, eh? I'll go ahead and use one of my 4th level slots, I guess, for that little advantage.
Well, 4th is not going to be high enough, so you're still going to need to roll for it. So go ahead and roll Arcana, please.
It is a weird way that spell works, right? You don't get advantage for expending a high level slot. You either succeed outright or you don't, so you're always better off just doing 3rd. It's a weird.
I guess that's true. Yeah, I'm not adding anything, am I? Okay.
It doesn't. You think it would add like a bonus to it or something, but
so Balin, you flash back to one of your elders explaining how this works, and he's like, You must concentrate, you place it, and when you finally release the spell, the longer it has been held, the more explosive it is. You best be clear out of the way. It's a good, at least 20-foot blast. Good luck to you. You can also... no, that's it. That's all you get. All right, what'd you roll?
So I roll a d20. Do I add anything to that?
It's the same as Arcana. So you'd add your Arcana skill.
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Cool. I'll roll that again then. 14. Oh, that's gonna do it.
Not gonna do it. You try your best to stop the spell and you lock eyes with people and I'm gonna need dexterity saving throws from Asterion, Cranky, Talithar, Isolde, and Balin.
What kind of a save?
Dex. Isolde and Balin, actually, and Cranky. The only one who doesn't get the Paladin bonus is Asterion.
What's the Paladin bonus?
+4.
Oh, nice.
Or is it +5?
Okay, so
28 for me.
got a 12. Asterion got a 13.
Thank you. Asterion fails.
I rolled a nat 18, so hold on.
Yeah, that'll probably pass.
23.
Yeah, that's a pass. Isolde passes with 24. All right.
28. You said I had the
All right,
+4,
28.
right?
Balin, how'd you do? Oh, yeah.
God, it's a 7th level spell now, eh? Wow.
All right.
Balin got a 12.
All right, so Balin fails. So you're going to take full damage on this. And
I'm
because...
going to cast Absorb Elements, though, for myself as a reaction.
Nice.
What kind of damage is that, just out of curiosity?
It is fire. Lots and lots of fire. All right.
Oof.
It is this much. This reminds me of Shadowrun all of a sudden.
Well, that 40 damage.
I have no idea what I should have done. I should have used Mold Earth to put a little rock dome around this thing. That would have been a way better idea.
I mean, either way, you failed to be fast enough, right?
I wouldn't have done it in time.
Changed anything. Yeah. I think if you're following rules technically, counterspell kind of doesn't work because the spell was already cast. It's just only goes off now, so you'd have to use a dispel magic or something. It's a whole thing.
Neither was a good use. Not on my side for that one.
Yeah.
54.
Oh, okay. I was expecting 40. Nice. Good rolling.
I didn't roll that well. Wait. 8, 10. Yeah, okay. So 54 points of damage to Balin. Everyone else is going to take 27 points of fire damage.
Okay. But I should take half because I got Absorb Elements up, right?
Right. Yep.
So
wait.
27.
You used your reaction already for a counterspell.
I can only do one in a turn, eh?
Sorry. So
bummer. All right. Yeah. Well, that's pretty devastating. 54.
And Asterion also failed. Is that right?
Asterian's at negative HP now. That
yeah.
He wasn't at health. That probably kills him outright. He's in the negative teens there.
That one.
Asterion just flies back, slams against the wall with the force of the impact. Everyone else is shoved back. Cranky, somehow sidesteps all that fire. Yeah, Asterion has fallen. Everyone else is burnt, and you are presiding over the corpse. Oh, and it was wicked loud. So the whole place shakes and shudders. And let's see, 10. So, what was your stealth check there, Shu?
I had a 28 originally, and then
Okay, so
I
you
guess
were 28.
I rolled again, but you took that as the
yeah,
deception.
no, that was
so
that's
it would have been
fine,
24
28.
if you wanted to use that one instead.
No,
Whichever.
that's okay. 28. Gex, when you went on running down there, did you do a stealth check?
Yeah,
Honey,
it was 30.
Okay, and Rook?
I think it was a 26. Like, Rook's stealth can't go below
Right.
23.
Okay, so it was 26. So when the
Yeah.
whole cavern shakes, and even down within the cavern with the beholder shakes, and some of the corpses jiggle, a couple of stones rattle, and the beholder spins towards the entrance. Gex is all tucked in behind, Shu's all tucked in, and it sees a little bit of the light flickering from the open doorway, and and then its eyes pierce through the darkness with a 27. It locks eyes with Rook, and its eye pupils just dilate, and the various eye stalks go in your direction, and its massive mouth extends into this huge, toothy smile. You're back. Good. Rook, I'm gonna say your friends are with you. They're standing amongst the piles next to their beloved belongings, to their bodies. And in that second, you kind of had your head stuck out a little too long, taken aback that the earthly remains of your best friends are there after all this time. And they look at you, and the beholder looks at you, and the beholder looks at them. And it looks back at you and says, "Oh. Oh, yes. And I think that's what we're going to call it for the night.
Seems right.
Ooh, okay. I wasn't sure where that was going to go. Thanks, everybody. Wow. All right. Whew. Okay.
I always forget how small beholders are. I feel like they gotta be like, I don't know.
How
feel like
big
they
is
should be
this
bigger.
one? I don't even know if I looked them up.
They're
Are they
large.
medium? Oh, they're large. Right. Yeah. This one,
They're large.
because
But,
of the
like,
eye
I don't
stalks
know.
on the map, I made it seem kind of biggish. But, you know, its body is, yeah, it's not that big.
I don't think you made it too big or anything. It's just,
Yeah.
I always
Just
feel like they
wanted
should
it.
be even bigger.
Yeah, they should take up the whole cavern. All right. Yeah, we need it. Sorry, guys, my brain's a little fried because I was like, a bunch of stuff went down. I don't know if anybody picked up on
Yeah.
it, but we'll see how it all goes next week. Or are we gonna? Actually, I'll leave it up to you to decide. We can do it in chat or now. Whether we're gonna do D&D next week or whether you want to do Shadowrun next week, I can do either. I'm happy to keep this going. Or Steve, we can talk later if you want.
We'll talk after.
Cool. But we do need an episode for tonight's, or a name for tonight's episode. An episode for tonight's name.
Mm.
Internet, you can pipe in too if you want to. I haven't been looking at chat, so I don't know.
I mean, my brain goes to like, insert beholder pun here. because that's my kind of humor. It's not good.
Oh, and we didn't ever get a product for today, did we, there, Steve? Oh, you have a product? Fantastic. Well, we'll think about episode names. Thanks very much, everybody. Oh, by the way, there's a bunch of treasure in this room, but you just have to, get rid of the beholder or something to get it.
I mean, classic D&D would be like, you sneak in, you steal the treasure, and you leave. Screw the beholder. But, we're kind of trying to save people or whatever, I guess.
Well, honestly, it beat Rook by 1 on that stealth check and picked it up. So that's kind of a poetic. I kind of like that.
That's good. It's a good moment.
All right, Steve, are you ready to go for our handy dandy ad?
Yep, whenever you're ready.
All righty. Oh, that is not the right window. Hold on. There we go. All right. Steve, with a word from our sponsors that don't exist.
All right. This week's episode brought to you proudly by Uncle Chunky's Comfort Adventure Shorts. Specifically designed for the most demanding trades, rugged and durable on the exterior, made from the toughest Tyrannosaurus hide, and lined with the most luxurious spider silk. Uncle Chunky's Comfort Adventure Shorts double your carrying capacity with 7 full-size cargo pockets, 3 secret hidden stash pockets, and a built-in utility belt. Keep all your useless gear like ball bearings, candles, hammers, crowbars, pitons, string, tinderboxes, oil, and water skins close at hand. Hang all your weapons around your waist like a homeless rock climber. Stash food at knee height to make running as awkward as possible. Cross your legs while sitting to empty everything you own onto the floor. Pair them with Aunt Peach's hippie sandals and Grandpa Jerry's wool socks for the complete over-the-hill clueless look. I'd say I'd say they'll never see you coming, but they totally will. They'll just be like, hey, dumbstruck, wondering, what the hell is that? Uncle Chunky's Comfort Adventure Shorts.
Is that a crowbar in your bucket, or are you happy to see me?
Well, yes. Which of my 7 pockets are you referring to, sir?
I like that. Oh, I'm all quiet now. All right, there we go. Thank you very much. Anybody, episode name?
I got
Morbid
one with the
Reunion.
dirty pun. I know you like those.
Oh,
Sure.
I like both. Let's hear the dirty pun and the more serious one.
Big snakes and one-eyed monsters.
Okay, that's pretty good.
That even gave me a chuckle.
Please, they've got 9 eyes.
Yeah, but everybody only really cares about the one big eye,
Ain't that the way?
There's other eyes, people. My eyes are up here. And sorry, Gordon had a more serious one.
Just like Morbid Reunion, I guess, because
That's good. Yeah.
That's pretty good too. All right. I don't know why my music suddenly stopped, but anyway.
Reunion, the one-eyed snake.
Morbid
Now
Reunion.
add a little bit of alliteration about Rectus Reunion.
Ooh.
I like that.
All right. That's us for now. So we'll be back next week with something. We'll see you later, Internet. Thanks very much, players. And it was great to see you all. And I'll be hanging out after for a little bit, but otherwise, get some sleep, those who need sleep. Sleep. I'm sorry. The Minotaur is dead.